it. Let's do it.
There we go. Oh my goodness. Hello, everyone.
Can they see
hello?
us?
Can you see us? The counter's to 0. That makes me nervous. Hello?
Hopefully the interwebs aren't slow.
Can you guys see us? The counter's still... Oh, there it goes. Oh, thank goodness. I was like, please let us not have technical difficulties this evening.
Folks
I know that over the weekend, Catherine was having issues. Pam was having issues.
Horrible.
So I was like, please, can we not? I know the heat is doing crazy things to all of us currently. Yeah. So I'm glad that you guys can see us. Hello. Welcome. This is not our normal day for Fantastic Finds, but we have some things going on this week, so that's why we're here on a Monday. Jason, your big extra is this weekend.
It's the unofficial start is today, but the official start is Wednesday. It's Wednesday, and we'll be open on Wednesday. Extra hours this week.
We got a hot one for this weekend.
Yeah, the new ACs, they are working and burning the midnight oil at Mother Tucker's, so we can just keep it in the 70s. It's
worth it. It's well worth it.
Yes.
It's much easier to shop in an antique store when it's like pleasant, air than too hot and you got sweat dripping down your back and you're trying to look at cute tchotchkes and you're like, oh, it's so hot. Yeah. So
you can't focus.
It's worth it. It's worth it. Okay. Janine, yes. 6 more days till cheese curds. I'm super excited.
Will you ship me some this year? Just ship me some, Amy. It's hot enough. They'll be warm.
Well, they'll probably end up melted now if I try that. It's actually supposed to be like 90 something at Elkhorn this weekend too.
Hydrate, you guys. You gotta hydrate.
Okay, let's say hello to the friends. Thank you guys for being here on a non-normal Fantastic Finds day. Thanks for coming to a Monday. And let's see who's in the first. I know I didn't check it because I have not been home all day today. So I didn't check and see who was super early bird, but 5:37 was Mr. William.
Willie's in the house
here. I think it could be different than that. All right. Tracy is also here. Hey, Tracy.
Hey, Tracy.
Good to see you. Heather is here. Hey, Heather.
Hello, Heather.
Karen G. Hey, Karen. Karen, is it like 1,000 degrees in Canada right now too?
I think she's having the same weather we're having.
Oh yeah.
Same stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's brutal. Now I feel for your Texas people because I know you deal with that way longer than we do. But it's a lot. It just sucks all the energy out of you.
It does.
It does. Awful. Minx is here. Hey, Minx.
Hello, Minx.
Good to see you. Kim is here. Hey, Kim.
Hey, Kim.
Kim's going to be helping out in the chat tonight. Thanks, Kim. Who am I seeing? All right, Miss Shannon Farrar is here. Hey, Shannon. There's Gavin. Hey, Gavin.
I'm a snapping full. Even on these hot nights, these fingers can snap. Hope you guys are subscribed to the one, the only Grady Group of Vintage Recordings. He has a really good channel right here on YouTube. He plays music. It's on a turntable because it's on vinyl, and he drops all kinds of knowledge. So please make sure you give our friend Gavin, also known as Grady Group of Vintage Recordings, a follow right here on YouTube and over on Instagram. It's the same exact name and avatar over there. I got to do better. I want to start linking it so that they know they can go over. So I want to put something in the community tabs on my channel so they can go over and follow him over on Instagram because he can do things there that he can't hear. So show the other half of the Gillette Corporation some support and make sure you're following Gavin. So you're always
Jason,
welcome.
I'm super distracted by your double pink Santas back there. I know you just got one.
Yes, and one was gifted to me last year. So they're both back there. One will be for sale in the future, but one will stay with me forever. So I'll let you guys know when the one I got this week.
Look good. It's like like your mantelpieces. You got one.
I'm kind of hoping maybe if Ariana ever watches, she'll see that I have two to her one.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Cindy Lou is here and she's thrifted some treasures, Jason. She has.
Right.
Beth has joined us tonight. Hey Beth. Welcome back. Trying trying to see who else. Everybody's just saying hello. Janine, I already said hello in the way of cheese curds, but hello, Janine. Good to see her this weekend. Who else is here? Scrolling. Perry is with us tonight. Hey, Perry.
Hello, Perry. Good to see you.
Tina's here.
Good to see you.
I think Tina said that they weren't coming to Elkhorn this weekend.
Gotcha.
Right? I can't remember. I think you said you had something else going on. Dusty Moose is on the loose. Hey, Dusty. There's Jason's mom. Hey,
hello,
Linda.
Mom. Love ya.
I don't know if Mama Pam's home yet because she just dropped me off. So I'm not sure if she's back home yet. Chris is here. Hey, Chris.
Hello, Chris. And it was good to hear from you, friend. I'm happy to know all is well. So good to hear from you, Chris.
Good. I'm glad to hear that too. Celeste is with us tonight. Celeste, good to see you. Miss KB is here. Hey, KB. Good to see you. Miss Gutierrez. Hello, Debbie.
Hello, Debbie.
See you, Debbie. Caroline's with us. Hey, Caroline. Caroline, I did see your email. I just didn't get a chance to reply to it, but I did see it. Let's see. Retro D is here.
Hey, Retro
hello,
D.
hello. Scrolling. I just see everybody saying hello to one another. Spark Joy in Life is here.
How are you?
John is here. Hey, John.
John, good to see you.
Brooke is here. Hey, Brooke. Coco Girl is back with us this week. Hey, Coco.
Hello.
Good to see you. Terry V. There you are, Terry. Welcome in.
Hello, Terry.
Let's see. All right. I think Dawn Domain just popped in there at the bottom.
Hello, Dawn.
Good to see you. All right. I think I'm caught up with the chat. If I missed you, I apologize. All right. We're going to get into the nuts and berries of the sale quickly. And I do have a very tiny community share. I have 2 photos tonight for community share. So it'll be a quick one, but it's good. It is from Miss Wendy, who I may or may not see at Elkhorn this weekend as well. So Wendy sent in Kim. Welcome. That's a new name. Welcome in, Kim. Good to see you. Okay, so we're going to go over how the sale is going to work. Jason, do you have anything you want to talk about before we get in?
The only thing I want to say really quick is Tina wanted me to thank everybody for showing her support for her first Whatnot sale, which was a success. There'll be more promoting, and she'll be live again this Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. So thank you to everybody. She just wants to thank you. Yep, I did it for you, Tina. Thank you guys so much for heading on over there.
Awesome. And thanks everybody that came over last Friday to Catherine Young's channel too. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Okay, let's talk about how the sale is going to work. Because we have a few new people in the chat, maybe a few in the Lurkers Lounge. Hello, Gnarly Jones. Thanks for coming back. Okay, so we're going to do, as we normally do, our offer up style for the sale tonight. So we do have 18 rounds of goodies to bring you tonight and a short community share after our sale, as always. So before we get the sale started, make sure you are in the best version of the chat. So make sure you're in live chat, all messages, and not top chat. So check your chat settings. I already see on my phone that I am in top chat, so we're going to switch that over. And then the lag has been so bad the past like 4 days. It's always bad, but it seems like it was especially bad the past few days. So make sure before you put in any bids to the chat, if you plan to bid on anything, do a refresh. You can either exit out of YouTube completely to refresh, or the easier way that doesn't require you leaving the sale, you can tap the screen on your mobile devices. You can find up in the upper right hand corner the little gear wheel icon, and playback speed, hit 2 times as often as possible. I would recommend to get you caught up. If you are lagging behind, we're going to sound funny until you're caught back up with us again. If you're watching on a computer, you can find the same settings in the lower right-hand corner. So like I said, we're going to be doing the offer up. So the auction style, we'll give you a starting price. I will pin it up here on the screen. And if you are interested in the item, you can type bids down into the chat. While we are describing the item, you can put bids in there. We'll give you any kind of information that we know about the item, measurements, and note any kind of issues. So if there are chips or repairs or any kind of damage, we do our best to show everything to you live here on the screen. So if you do want to bid on it, you can be informed about its condition. You can type your bids down in the chat. I will highlight them as I see them come into StreamYard, and that is where the lag comes into play. You can usually tell how long the lag is by how long it takes me to highlight the bids. So we will do a 20-second countdown. Hopefully that's enough time to get your bids in there. And I do recommend, if there's something that you are interested in, put those bids in early rather than waiting till the last second. The highest bid that we see after our 20-second countdown come in before Karen Gillette's bid end this evening will be the winner. We're also doing the just in cases here today. So if you don't want to use a just in case bid, you don't have to, but it is available for the active bidders that may want to use it. So all that we ask is you put in at least one straight bid on the current item that we are showing. Then you are welcome to put in the just in case during the countdown, which is the max amount that you're willing to pay for the item, plus the letters JIC. Type that into the chat during that 20-second countdown. And if your just in case bid is the highest before Karen's bid end, we'll bid you up $1 over the next highest amount. Do keep in mind that if there's multiple just in cases that are put into the chat before the bid end, those will turn into regular bids. All right, so this next piece is important, especially if you're a brand new buyer, to either Jason or I. Our emails are up here on the screen. You can also find all of our information down in the description of the video. I've also pinned our emails in the top of the chat, and my lovely mod squad does a great job putting them into the chat throughout the sale. So if you're a brand new buyer, you can send us a joint email. We don't mind that if that's easier for you. Or if it's been a while since you shopped with it, it's always good to just send it again. Then it's much easier for us to find that information when we go to do our invoicing. So we do need an email sent to us with your YouTube screen name, your real name if it's different from your screen name, your full shipping address, and an email that we can send your PayPal invoice to. Jason and I both do our invoicing in PayPal, but if you don't have a PayPal account, that is okay. You can still shop with us. Just let us know when you send that email to us that you'd like a guest checkout. When we send our invoices out, we can send you a direct link to that invoice, and then you can check out as a guest with any debit or credit, Venmo, Apple Pay, or PayPal. And keep in mind, when we do send those invoices out, payment is due within 24 to 48 hours of receiving that invoice. I have a little caveat this week that I will talk about when we get there. And keep in mind that shipping is not included in any winning bid price. That is additional. And we do use Pirate Ship to get discounted shipping rates versus the full-on retail that is paid at the post office. So we get a discounted rate. We pass that rate on to you guys. We pay the exact same thing. So we calculate your shipping based on your zip code. So that's why we need your full shipping address. So your zip code from us to you, the weight and size of your package is how we calculate your shipping. And we do have shipping available anywhere in the US, back to Canada finally, and Australia. And I'll let Jason talk about that last point, and then we'll talk about when we're doing our invoicing this week.
If you happen to purchase from me tonight and you don't want to pay shipping and you're coming to Adamstown or Ephrata, Pennsylvania, or you live local and you want to pick it up at the brick and mortar, you can absolutely do so. All we ask is that you email us and let us know that. We'll invoice you for the item or items you purchase. And then once your invoice is paid, we'll communicate via email on when you want to pick it up. We can hold things for like a timely manner, a month or so. But we do like to move things on. So if you know you're coming in the area, maybe for Extrav this week or maybe this summer, we can hold those things until you get here. And like I said, let's do those communications via email because sometimes the chat moves fast. We don't want to gum it up. And I also don't want to miss anything important. Like I don't want you to say like, well, I put it in the chat. Well, we missed it. At least by email, it'll confirm that we've read it. So thank you as always, Miss Amy.
Okay, so we're going to talk about when we're doing our packing and invoicing. I'm going to do mine tomorrow, so you definitely will see something from me tomorrow hopefully in the earlier part of the day, because I have probably an obligation I have to take care of in the afternoon. So as soon as I can get them out, I will get them out. And my shipping caveat this week is I have to ship everything out on Wednesday because we are leaving for Wisconsin on Thursday. So I would like to get everything out the door before we leave town. So I will send an email out to you when your invoice has been sent, and I will get it out as soon as possible.
I ship out of Pennsylvania this week with the Extrav. I'm going to do all of my packaging, and we're going to try to get invoices out on Friday night. But you guys still have until Sunday to pay them, because then Monday is when we normally go to the post office. I usually say this when I have open boxes between sales, but in the event you purchase something tonight and you want it sooner, all you have to do is email us, and I can package it, and we can invoice same day. And then once it's paid, we'll ship the next. So, but it'll give you guys till Friday, and that's when you'll get the invoice. And then you really have till until Sunday to pay it. That way we can get everything out on Monday. And if you need it sooner, do not ever hesitate to reach out to us. Okay. Thank you, Miss Amie.
And next week, we will be back on Thursday next week. So that's July 3rd. Oh my goodness.
Yes. Yes. Can you believe
that's it? Crazy already. And we did talk about this. Jason and I talked about when are we going to do Christmas in July. So we talked about it, and I think we're going to do regular stuff the first couple weeks in July.
Yes.
And then the last couple weeks we'll do Christmas in July.
Yes.
So you'll get at least 2 sales at Christmas from us.
Yes.
For sure. Probably not the whole month, just a couple weeks.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then of course we'll be back with Christmas in November, because we can't help ourselves. So
we'd do it all the time if we could. If we could, we'd do it all the time.
Right. Okay. So I'm going to get the screen switched around, and we're going to get the sale started. And hello, Janet. Hello, Sandra D. Who else popped in there? Circle 7. Hey, Laura. Yep. Welcome in, everyone. So if anybody has questions, if you're new and you're watching, if you have questions as we go along, don't hesitate to ask down in the chat. We do have a lot of helpful folks down in there, a lot of regular faces tonight. So pretty much anybody can help you out if you have a question. Okay, I'm going to get the screen. There we go. And Jason's going to make me go first. All right.
Please. Ruin it.
Maybe in July, we'll switch it up.
All right.
All right. Okay. I don't know. We have kind of an interesting mix of things tonight. I have a lot of forest critters and fairies and that sort of thing tonight. But we're going to start out with some. I actually have these shakers in my personal collection. This is only the second pair I think I've only found of these. So I'm going to start with some deer. And deer are not just for Christmas. They are for year round. Absolutely. And these are little salt and pepper shakers. How cute are they? I love the little sleepy one. That one is my favorite. These are really nice condition. I do not know the maker of these. I think when I got my pair years and years ago, I tried to figure out the manufacturer for these, but I never was able to identify these. But they are in really nice condition. So we've got little spotty fawns, and one is just kind of sitting and contemplating what's going on for the day, and the other one is taking a nap. I am here for this deer. Mm-hmm. I'm all for napping deer. They are covered in the little spots, which I really like. I like how stylized they are. So one is has a little bit more yellow kind of airbrushing in it, and a little bit more yellow in the ears. And then this one just has a little bit lighter on the yellow as far as the airbrushing goes on it. But they are in excellent shape. There's no chipping to them at all. There's just a little bit of crazing that I'm seeing in the glaze, but no repairs or chips on them. Well, hey, Nan. Good to see you, Nan. Measurement for these guys. Let me find them. They are, this one's about 3 inches tall, the one that is sitting. And then this one is about 1.5 to the top of the ears. But I like that they did them different. I know some manufacturers did 2 little sitting deer, but I like that they did the one that's just kind of snoozing away. I really like that. Retro D is in there. Thank you so much. And Miss Caroline, good to see you tonight, is in there at 17. So let's find out how bad the lag is tonight. we're looking for 18 or more on the salt and pepper shaker set. They look like they both have 5 holes on the top. Both of them do. All right, let's count these down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. This was one of the very first deer shaker set that I ever got for my collection.
Adorable.
My very first ones were the Hamco deer, though. Those were my very first deer that I ever got.
All right.
I know that's Hamco put it in your home. That was way before that. Way before that. That was before Hamco was a thing. Karen, there's your bid end. Thank you so much. All right. Right before Karen's bid end, Aaron at Blueberry Barn snuck in there with an 18. All right, Aaron, congratulations. They are coming to you. Aaron just opened up a new antique booth.
Did she?
I saw her Instagram post earlier today.
I must have missed that.
Yeah, you got to go check it out. It looks great, Aaron. You did a great job with your staging and displays. It looks great.
All right, I'll check that out after the sale. That must not have hit my algorithm yet. And Laura, that peach ice cream sounds really good.
Peach ice cream.
She said in the chat she made some homemade peach ice cream.
That sounds really good. Any ice cream sounds good at this point.
All right, $12, Amy. If you guys love the wooden salty and peppy shakers, I think I found a fun set to add to it. I've been collecting shakers for over 20 years, maybe even 25 years.
I've never seen those. I love those.
I have never seen these before. I think these are the kitschiest dog wooden shakers I have ever seen. There is a little teeny tiny bit of paintwear to them. Usually all of these salty and peppy, wooden shakers always have just a little bit of paintwear, but it's minimal. And each little doggy is either a salt or a pepper. The ears on it, which I'll show up close in a minute, it's actually like pleather. They're like little pleather ears. They're actually nailed into the wood. And one of them looks like it's a little bit like a black colored dog. And then the other one is kind of brownish. So let's show them to you up close. I saw you, Dusty, at 12, Coco Girls in at 14. They measure about 3 inches tall by 3 inches wide. So just a little bit of paintwear. And what you would do is you would twist the heads off, and that's where you would fill the little shakers. The heads are the shaker part. So each one of them has a 5-hole. Like the typical salty and peppies, all this is cold paint or painted on. Super cute, the little wooden body. And I love the little peg that they used for a tail. So there's the bottom. You can faintly see where it's marked Japan on the bottom. It's not going to focus. There you go. A little bit right there. That's where it says Japan. So that is your first one that's in the set. That's your little pepper. And then they have these little like wooden rings in here that are your traditional salty and peppy colors as their collars. So they're very, they're very deco looking, very 1950s, very, very mod Spudnik style puppy dog shakers. There's your little salt shaker. Again, minimal paintwear, but most of the paint is there. And they actually kind of antiqued over the wood a little bit to give it a little bit of a white hue. So they didn't paint them all white, but you can just see where a little bit is worn away. But other than that, look at the big noses, those big wooden noses on those puppies and the eyelashes. Just super cute. I'd say the most paintwear might be on the side of that little doggo right there. And the ears are sort of black, but then they're sort of blue in certain lights. So, and again, you can see they're pleather. They actually have little nails holding the ears in. So again, they measure 3 by 3. They're going to go great with your salty and peppy collection. And I think they're super unique. So the cat and rabbit is in at 15. We're looking for 16 or more. Let's go ahead and do a countdown. We are doing just in case for active bidders. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Thank you, Aaron. I think they're darling too. Again, I've never had these or seen these before, and we've collected and seen a lot of shakers in our days. And if I haven't and Amy hasn't, I'm not going to say they're rare, but then they don't come around that often. So,
but you know what I'm going to say? I wonder if there's cats like this.
There's got to be. I hope there
are other animals.
I hope there is. So thank you all so much for the bids. I see everybody's just in cases. The highest is we got a straight bid of 26, but Dusty had a just in case of 34. So Dusty Moose, they're coming to you for $27. Thank you all so very much, and congratulations, Dusty.
Okay. All right. Let me get the screen moved over there. All right, there we go. Okay, this is going to be a lot, and you're going to get everything in the lot. You guys know me. I like to pair the vintage, so this is a lot. So everything that you're going to see is included, okay, including the flower frog, right? Okay. I've been trying to find more flower frogs to be able to share. They are quite pricey, but this one doesn't have a metal base. It's actually a plastic base, so it's not quite as heavy, which I think is perfect for ephemera. All right, so this is going to start at $20 for the lot. And so you're going to get the flower frog. You're going to get the amazing Pixie Girl card and this gorgeous pink brooch. I couldn't but help but pair this with that Pixie because of the pink in there. All right, so you're going to get the whole lot together. I thought they looked pretty nice. All right, so first off, we will show you the flower frog. All right, so it's got a plastic base, so it's not that heavy metal that we're used to seeing, painted metal. It actually does have, it's actually has a little froggy. I don't know if I'm going to get that to catch, but there's a little, do you see the little frog?
Yes.
There on the back, plastic flower frog. There on the back, number 3. So, but the metal little points are still metal, okay? Unlike the full-on metal ones are super heavy. This one's not bad. It still has some weight to it, but it's really not that bad, okay? And then I'll show you the Pixie card, and we'll get to the brooch last. So this is Darling. I've never seen this card before, and it's a little girl's birthday card. Super cute. It has been in a scrapbook at one point in its life, but it is a Volland message card. So it has been used, and it even has a little bonus. The birthday fairies told it, and so it must come true. You're going to have a birthday that's happy all day through. I just thought that was adorable. And then the brooch is a stunner. Pink, which I don't normally find. All right. And, ooh, it's sparkly. Let's see if we have something I can put behind it here so my camera will focus here a little bit better.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
But it is, so it's all kind of flower shaped Aurora Borealis little stones that are held on there. It's not focusing at all. It's held on there with pins. So there's tiny little prong set rhinestones in pins that are holding most of the clusters here, the ones in the center, holding them out. Gosh, I wish it would focus because it is just so pretty in the light. There we go.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. There we go. But you can see that the rhinestones are flower shaped there. It's very high quality. I'm not entirely sure of the manufacturer. There is no stamping on the backside, but now you can see the dimension on there. So those little prongs that are sticking out are very tiny prong set rhinestones there that are on pins that are holding all the center ones there together. The brooch itself measures 1.5 inches. The card is 4.5, and the flower frog is 2 3/4. So,
Amie, did I disappear? Did Amie disappear? All right, hang on a second, guys. Debbie, we see you at 22. Gang, let me know. I'm seeing it on my.
Sorry.
Oh.
I clicked myself right out of the sale.
Oh no! I didn't know if it was the weather or what was going on.
No, I just clicked like the side thing on my mouse, and
gotcha.
Away I went. Sorry. Okay. I see Debbie. Debbie, you have 2 bids in there. You outbidding yourself because I don't see anybody else in there. So we'll have Debbie at 20. Oh, Robin just popped in there with a 23. Okay. So I'm going to stick this back together. Sorry, you guys. I don't know. I've never done that before. Clicked myself out. Okay. So there we go. There's the little lot. all together. The flower frog, the brooch, and the card. So let's count it down. We are looking for 24 or more, and I'm going to count it down now. Oh, there's a 20 in there?
Yeah, Nikki had a 20 in there.
Way up there. Nikki, I'm sorry, I missed you.
It was your first bid.
I got it. Now I see why Debbie had 2 bids in there. All right, I got it. All right, we're looking for 24 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid at.
Amie, when I used to host, if that happened, I'd always blame StreamYard. I never, it's just like, oh, it was that doggone StreamYard.
I'm not going to blame StreamYard because that was totally me. I will take full ownership of that.
Oh, that doggone StreamYard. All the time. All the time.
I mean, it does have issues, let's be honest.
Right. Well,
that was me. That was user error. That's what that was. Okay. Bid end is in there from Karen. Thank you so much. All right. Robin had a just in case of 33. Miss Nikki Moss had a just in case of 76. So, Nikki, it's yours for 34. Thank you so much.
All right, Amie. $18. $18. And just in time for your summer displays, I found a pink. She's pink. And it is one of these little Sailor Girl chalkware figurines. I love the vintage mica glitter adorned the top of her hat there on her collar. There are no major chips. There are no major issues. And usually when you find these, the paint is usually completely faded or worn, or there's a major chunk missing. I have to tell you that she feels like new. She feels like new. And each one of these is kind of sloppily painted in the aspect that they actually they airbrushed, and painted them, and they were on an assembly line. And this fun little Sailor Girl would be great in your summer displays. So let me get in here so you guys can see. There she has her little sailor cap on. Great for a mermaid bathroom. There might be a little bit of paint wear here. She has this great head of curly hair that is also painted, like a goldish blonde. And she is probably the medium size. I know they have one much larger, and I think they have one a little bit smaller. She measures about 10 inches tall, so she's about 10 inches from the top of the hat down to the bottom, and then she's about 3 inches wide. So I'm not too sure on a manufacturer. Usually these were made by a company, and they attribute them to being carnival prizes. So back in, probably, I guess it's as far back as the 30s, clear up to like the 60s. You'd go to a carnival, you'd play a game, and then if you won, you would pick one of these chalkware figurines. So she has these really fun bell bottoms on. She has, of course, they did paint her shoes black. There's what the base looks like. She sits pretty even, so she's going to sit pretty nice in your display. Again, no chips or cracks whatsoever, and beautiful condition. Sometimes the
paint on that is amazing.
I know, and she looks like she's brand new. And the chunky mica glitter here on the front just glistens every time the sun or the lights come on in the room. I think she's super. I think she's going to be a great addition. Hello, Pam. Good to see you. I think she would be a great addition into your summer displays, or if you guys are looking for things that are pink, here you go. And usually these aren't in pink when I find them. Usually they're in like in a blue. I think I've seen them in red. I've seen them in every other kind of color, but I've never had one that was in pink. So, and they do have her in this sort of sailor style sweater. So she does have a sailor style sweater. They did give her these fun rosy cheeks. They do sometimes the eyes. I don't want to say they don't get them dead on. These were made very quickly, and that's part of the charm of the chalkware is that they are kind of just, boom, done. But when you pull her back, the eyes look dead on. When you get up close, that one pupils off just a little bit. But again, to find these that they're not completely, part of a foot is chunked off or broken in half and glued together is a little difficult to find. I mean, I love them when they're chippy, but this one's in really, really good condition. So thank you all for the bids. Pam was in at 18. Hello, Pam. It's good to see you from the Jersey Shore. We have Dusty in at 19. Pam is back in at 21. Let's do a countdown. We're looking for 22 or more on the vintage Sailor Chalk Girl. She's 10 inches tall. So looking for 22 or more, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Caroline's in at 22. Pam's back in at 25. So we're looking for 26 or more. And again, I'd say she's probably 40s or 50s. Probably with the pink, early 50s, I would guess. But she's really different and really unique. She could be in your non-traditional
Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she's good. I love the pink. So there's our bid end. Thank you so much, Karen G. So Dusty had a just in case of 39. Pam had a straight bid of 25. So Dusty Moose, she's coming to you for $26. Thank you so much, ladies. And Valentine's Day. You're exactly right.
Yeah. And Absolutely. She definitely looks like she doesn't take any crap from anybody.
No. No. She ain't taking no guff.
No. Okay. No. So I made this after I did my main preview. I decided, well, I haven't done one of these in a while. And since I had some pixie things tonight and I found this amazing pixie wrapping paper, I thought I should put a little paper pack together. So I did that tonight. And so this has got all sorts of different things in it. So what I can tell you is there are 2 full sheets of wrapping paper in here, different patterns. All right. But my main inspiration for this pack was this amazing wrapping paper. This was in a video maybe a couple months ago. But oh, I love the print on this. It is a Hallmark printed paper, but there's little pixies and there's little babies and there's tiny little animals. I love this one in the green little stripy suit. And they've got a little baby in a leaf. Like, it's just adorable. Chrissy, I see you. Thank you so much. So I have coordinated everything in here to match. So if you want to craft with this, scrapbook, junk journal, frame, do some sort of, add some pictures and make a framed art piece. It's all kind of coordinated in there for you. So there's all sorts of different seals. And there's also tags. Everything in here is vintage. Every single thing in here is vintage. And this is a larger little German die cut piece in here with the girl. There's a vintage card here with a bluebird. This is unused. It does have the envelope. A whole sheet of vintage little seals here. Look at that cute little baby face I found peeking out. Here's another little German die cut piece with some blue flowers. So that's the front of it. So everything in the front kind of matchy for that one. All right. And then in the back here you get a antique seed catalog, flower seed catalog from 1929. Here's another pack, a little pack of stuff. So there's some fussy cut ephemera. So fussy cut just means it was a bigger piece and then you kind of outline cut it out. Some other tags. Here's another bigger German seal right here with the girl and the bunnies. Some more tags and seals. And then there's some other bigger pieces of flower and smaller seals over here. This is like a piece of a greeting card. And then the full sheet of paper on this side are these big yellow daisies on the back side. So this one's more kind of flower themed, and this one is more themed around the pixies and the little babies and flowers. Okay. So measurement for the pack, it is, where did it go? It is, oh my gosh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. It's 10 1/4 by 10 1/2. All right. And I will ship it. I have special boxes to ship these in. So it won't ship in a bubble mailer. I do have special boxes to ship these in. All right. So Chrissy's in at 20. So we're looking for 21 or more. I don't know how many total pieces are in here, but there's quite a bit of stuff to work with in here. All right. Let's count it down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end.
That wrapping paper is fantastic. I'd frame it. I would definitely frame it.
I put this together during Fatbird Finds Flipping and Sipping on Friday night for like 2 hours picking out all the stuff for it. All right, there is that bid end from Karen. Thank you so much. Robin, your just in case did come in after the bid end. Christy did have a just in case in there, but she didn't need it. So Christy, it's yours for 22. Thank you so much.
All right, $20, Amy. I'm selling this the way I found it. It's missing some rhinestones, but I can fix that. So if anybody purchases this and you want it fixed, you'll just have to email us or tell me here in the chat that you want the rhinestones put on. Maybe you want it the way it is because it has a little patina. So, but again, I can fix it, and I have rhinestones. They will be modern, so they'll be a little shinier than the 2 or 3 that are still on it that are original, but I can replace them. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen these before. This is the French poodle. This is the Kleenex or tissue holder. They actually made laundry baskets that were metal in the 50s with this same exact design.
What are we starting this at? I'm sorry.
Oh, $20, Amy. $20. So you can, pardon me, you can get all kinds of compatible pieces. You can get a laundry basket. They made a tissue. Well, this is a tissue box. They made a trash can. They made some other pieces with this little French poodle. So it is this hand here, and it's to be like a woman walking her dog. So there is her glove, but there are 2 rhinestones that belong right there. So this is one of the original ones. So I can glue new ones on. We've done this before to our own and to some that I've sold. So if you want it done, I can do that. Then that's the bottom of the Eiffel Tower because the top of it is right there. There's 3 that belong on the bottom, so you can see where the gold is, but I can glue those on for you as well. There's one or 2 that go on little Puda friend, and then I think that's it. So it's missing like 3 or 4 rhinestones. So this is all like technically hand painted. I do believe when these were made, it is like stamped on, and then somebody in the factory did hand paint these. So this is made of metal. So there is a little bit of wear to it, but there is no rusting to it. So this is one of these great 1940s, 1950s metal tissue boxes that would have went in your bedroom, in your bathroom. It has the little holes on the back, so it could be hung on the wall. And these are really fantastic because a lot of times these old tissue box covers, they don't slide open. So you can't fit in one of the new tissue boxes. Well, if you can't find, usually if you go like to the dollar store, you can get one of the old school cheap, flat little tissue boxes that fit in here. But if you can't, you're going to have to open up one, and then you're going to have to slide just the bare tissues in there. So hello, Joe. Good to see you, sir. So it is in gorgeous 1950s pink. The paintwork is in tremendous condition. It just has, these rhinestones have a tendency to fall off, especially if these pieces are, being used. You graze your hand over that. In time, the glue dries up and they fall off. So it measures about 10.5 inches wide. So it's about 10.5 inches across. It measures 5.5 inches tall. And then when it's on your countertop, it measures about 2.5. And trust me, you usually find these and they have a big chunk of gnarly rust on them or something, or they have a big, huge chunk of paint, taken off of them. This one is in very good vintage condition. There is a little bit of paint wear right there. You can see some of the white coming through. Maybe they got something on it. But again, I wanted to leave it the way I found it, but the new owner, and Robin's in at 20, so we're looking for 21 or more. The new owner can let me know, and I can glue a couple more rhinestones on where they're missing, but maybe you want it the way it is. So we're looking for 21 or more. This is from the 1950s. As for a manufacturer, I don't know a manufacturer. I did not take the time to look it up to come up with a specific one. There's no embossing on the back. I'm sure it's definitely USA made.
I like that you can hang that on the wall.
I do too. So if you have a pink bathroom, or maybe you have a little powder room downstairs or in your changing room, and if you want to find compatible pieces, you can find other pieces. They made banks. They made all sorts of things with the same exact design. The little French snooty pooty with the little hand holding the leash there in front of the Eiffel Tower. So let's go ahead and count it down. We're looking for 21 or more. We are doing just in case for active bidders. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. I made the mistake of having ice cream as dessert tonight. And boy, is it going to play hell on my voice.
I wish I had ice cream for dessert.
Hell on my voice. So there is the bid end. Robin, I see you're just in case, but Robin, you don't need it. It's yours for $20. It's going to look great with your poodles. Thank you so much.
Okay. And welcome in everybody that's just popped in there. Janet, I saw it. I saw the notification come in there. I will check it after the sale. Okay. I do have, I love these. These are one of my favorite kitschy critters. I have a piece of it up there on my shelf right there. Him. I have the creamer. And Snappy the Snail. I just love him. Him and her. And that's what I like about this line is that they did both a boy snail and a girl snail and all the pieces that go with this. So there's a girl sugar bowl and there's a boy sugar bowl. There's a girl planter and a boy planter and so on and so forth. And I really like that. So if you're out in the wild and you come across the blue bow, that's the boy, or the polka dots, and that's the girl. And there's coordinating. What did I have? The ashtray last month or something like that. And that was the girl snail. So there's actually a boy that goes with it. These are great shape. Pam, I see you. Thank you so much. Yes, the antennas are there. That's usually the issue with these, is that because these are plastic, lighter weight plastic, they do tend to like snap off right at the head. But both of these are good shape. Actually, the shakers themselves are really nice condition. Besides just a little bit of crazing that I'm seeing. There's no chips or anything to either one of them. They do both have their little stoppers there at the base. So and I'm going to turn them around. So one has the UNESCO sticker in the back, and then the other one has like remnants of where the sticker was. I didn't take that off there, but they're in excellent shape. I just love these. They're just so happy. They're just so happy to look like. If snails look like that in real life, I think we'd all be better off, right?
You're right. You're right.
Hello, Audrey. Good to see you. All right. So Snappy the Snail measures 3 by 4. So that is the size. There is quite the kitchen line for these guys. There's a lot of pieces to collect for Snappy the Snail. So let's count these down. We're looking for 31 or more on the pair. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A bid end. They would look really good with those toadstool canisters. I agree, Gavin. Mushrooms and toadstools. Yes, yes. All right. There is the bid end from Karen. All right. So, Pam, your 42 did come in after the bid end. So right there at the end, Pam had a just in case of 40. Coco Girl also had a just in case 40. But Audrey has some fast fingers and got in a 41 straight bid right before Karen's bid end. So Audrey, they are coming to you. I haven't sent you Happy Meal in a while. Congratulations. Thank you so much. I'm glad Canada shipping's back open too.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
All right. This is coming out of my personal collection, or me and Tina's personal collection. It's going to start at $38, Amy. $38. I'm not going to say it's rare, but this is a little harder to find. This is a very, very fun, kitschy planter. It's made by Napco, and it still has its original Napco sticker on the bottom. Years ago when I bought this, I did some research. They made a little series of these little animals, so there are some compatible ones. I can't remember every single one they made, but I feel like an elephant was one of them, and I feel like there was like a rabbit or something. But I have your Good Luck House Hippo planter. So let's put him down so you can see him up close. He's very glossy, kind of like the PY ceramics are. She or he is in super good condition. You can see that he or she has all these fun little flowers on their hair. Look at the little polka dot bow tie right there. They're just walking through the forest on their merry way. The inside is super clean, and this is really, really it's really, really glossy. So it's very glossy, like PY ceramics are. You can see it still retains its original Napco sticker on the bottom. And right now, I could not find any of these online. Hello, Becky. It's so good to see you.
Hey,
I hope you are well. And you can see just strutting, having a good old day. And what I love about this planter is a lot of times they are just one-sided. This one is three-dimensional. So wherever you put it, they did give it, 2 sides to the face with the fun, they did it all in, so it looks like a little 3-dimensional hippo just walking. So some of the colors on it has this fun little pink nose, fun green eye. You can see some eyelashes on there. You can see that it has a burgundy little bow on there with some yellow polka dots and some great details. The only thing I can say is there's a little speck of white right there on he or her tail. And I don't know if it's a little nip, but you can feel that there's no glaze on top of it. So they did a great job with the grass there on the background. Amie, have you ever seen one of these before?
I have not seen the hippo. No.
What other animals did they make? Do you remember off the top of your head? I remember that they made, wasn't there an elephant? I swear
there's an elephant, a tiger. It's all kind of like circus animals.
That's it. There is. And you can see that they gave it like a blue sky back here and some green, and then it's walking on this fun, cute little pathway. So definitely a nice piece of kitsch. There is a nice big void in the back, so this planter can be used for other things outside of just a planter. They did do a giraffe. You are right. They did. Definitely like safari style, critters and animals. So there's little to no crazing on this piece, which I think is amazing. Again, I already showed you it has the original Napco sticker, and let me tell you how big it is. It's definitely a fun planter, and these high glazed kitschy pieces are becoming even more and more sought after and collectible. So he measures just about 5 inches tall. So I'm showing him close to the camera, but he's a nice size. He's 5 inches tall. He is about 4 inches wide. I did not check to see how deep he is because he's just about 4 inches deep. He will fit nicely and be a flat back against the wall. So that's what's nice about these is that wherever
I like the scalloped edge on that too.
I do too.
Flat.
I do too. And the way the Napco sticker is on the bottom, I believe this is probably 1950s. And again, this little guy here was in our personal collection, and I took him out where he was being displayed. He's been sitting to the side for so long, it's time to find him a new home because I want someone to enjoy him, not just, have him stored in the basement where I had him at. So Pam, thank you for the 38. We're looking for 39 or more. They do make some of these same hippos, and I do think Napco makes them that they're wall hangings. So there are some pieces that are semi-compatible to it if you wanted to add more to your decor. So he came. I love him. I think, and of course, he's going to bring you
a good house hippo.
He is a very good house hippo. And seriously, Amie, like you said earlier, if snails looked like this hippo would look like the real hippos, I'd be cool with them. I'd want to go on a safari. So let's count him down. Not saying that real life animals are creepy looking. They're just not. Like this guy you want to have a cup of tea with and eat some cookies. So let's count it down. We're looking for 39 or more, just in case for active bidders. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. You're right. Oh my God. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Only a hippopotamus will do.
Maybe I can find that record this year.
You got to find it for you first, Amie, and I need the next one. I need one in my life too. So
it's elusive.
There's the bid end. Pam, thank you so much and congratulations. And I think years ago when we bought him, I think he came from New Jersey. So he's heading back to you in New Jersey. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Pam. Okay. This is my last. I haven't the guy that I got these from last year on the 127, I have not run into him yet because he sets up in Springfield. And I haven't been to Springfield yet this year. So this is my last one of these that I have until September when I see him again, or the 127. Usually he's on the 127 somewhere too. But this one, so this is a framed page from 1923 Ladies Home Journal. And I got a whole bunch of these from him last year. And this is the last one that I have. And it's the Kewpies and the little fairy child. So it does come framed. And this is a really nice frame. You can set it with the easel back, or you can frame it. It does have the hanger there as well. So double options. But amazing little story. So you get all the Rose O'Neill amazing illustrations in here of the fairies, the Kewpie fairies. And so there's a little pops of red in here. I just absolutely love this. And all the cute little cupes.
Good.
And once upon a time, there was a little fairy child that wanted to be a regular child without any wings. Nothing the fairies could say affected her to the least. And we're talking about her right here. And there is a continuation of the story on the other side of this as well. This was usually it was 3 or 4 pages that were in the ladies' home journal for the Kewpie stories that were in there, but this one's from 1923. I had a couple from 1923 last year, and different sizes. So this frame measures 8 by 10. So this is an 8 by 10 size. I did have some smaller ones, and I had larger ones at Christmas time as well, but this one's an 8 by 10 frame there. Okay, so I saw both Lynn and Aaron at Blueberry Barn were both in at 24, but Lynn had the first one. So we're looking for 25 or more. I am going to count it down. This is glass in here. It's not plexiglass. It's actual glass in the frame. Okay, so let's count it down. We're looking for 25 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end. Ooh, MJ. Hello, MJ.
This is always so whimsical.
I love these.
So good.
All right, there is the bid end from Karen. Thank you so much. Aaron, your 29 did come in after the bid end. Or Aaron at Blueberry Barn, your 29 came in after the bid end. So Aaron Long got in there with a 28, but Miss Lynn had it just in case of 55. So Lynn, it is yours for 29. Thank you so much.
$18 choice, Amy, and this is it for anything that's wedding. I have this round, and I have something else that's wedding, and I won't have anything else wedding probably for a long time. So, hello, John. Good to see you, sir. So, if you guys like to decorate, for June bride or wedding, or add them to your Valentine's Day, or keep them out all year round, this round there'll be choice on these brides, and then I do have a pretty epic wedding piece coming up in another round tonight. So these are both made by 2 different manufacturers. This girl here is a belle, so she's a belle. This little girl here is made by Fine A Ceramics, and she still has her original little fabric, little crinoline style veil on her head. So let me sit these down so I can show them to you up close. There are no chips or cracks. They're in very good condition, and they both measure about 4.5 inches tall. So she definitely has Napco. I don't know that she even has a sticker on anymore. She very much has Napco, but she definitely looks like a Yukago.
I'm pretty sure she's Napco. I agree.
Is she Napco? Or I was also thinking Yukago. She might be with the eyes. I didn't know. One of those two.
I'm pretty sure it's Napco.
Okay. Well, she is
I could
gorgeous.
be wrong, though.
Either one. I think she's really, really fun, especially if you collect bride and grooms. No chips or cracks to any of the little applied little flowers. She has some, come on camera. She has fun little applied flowers up top here. She has her little bouquet of flowers, and then these are actually attached. You can see the little rosettes are attached, and she has all this fun spaghetti around the bottom. Now, she is missing her little clapper or her little dinger. Now, since John popped in, and we know we love a good foot poking out, she has her little foot kicked out here at the bottom of her dress. So here's what the back looks like. You'd have to think a lot of these would have had damage to the hand. The 2 little holes right there, that would have been where the nylon or little string would have went to hold the little clapper on the inside. And she's just super cute and really adorable. And just because they don't have their matching grooms, these still would be great too. It's fun because, if you're out and you see a little stray groom figurine hanging around, you could buy it. Or I know folks that just collect the brides and put those out. So this will be your first one. This one we're going to call Belle, and she measures 4.5 inches tall. So again, really good condition, no chips or cracks. She's Wales, John says. She's Wales.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I could be wrong.
All right. This one does have its original tag, so there's no question. This one is Fine A Ceramics, as you can see. I do love me a good Fine A Ceramic. She's in superb condition with no chips or cracks. She has a lot of gold details, and she also has the spaghetti, or as some books like to call it, they called that coconut. So they added coconut. I called it coconut. Here you can see what the back looks like. No chips or cracks, and these are definitely fun to use when you want to decorate for a June display. Maybe you're going to a wedding and you want to give a unique gift. I think this would be fun. Or these are fun to use in your Valentine's Day displays. So she's also, hello, Nate. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you guys. You can see, let's lift the veil for a second. And the veil is just glued on, but she has these fun details underneath, and she has some blonde hair. So we'll put them back on the board here for a moment. Again, if you guys like to collect brides and grooms, maybe you guys do a little display. I know we collect them. It'll be on choice of these for $18. We have this little girl here, this little bride. She is a little belle. Thank you, Karen. I see you're 18. So we're looking for 19 or more. And then we have the Fine A ceramics. And I think the big selling point on her is she still has her veil. A lot of times that, disintegrates and disappears. So let's go ahead and do a countdown. Karen's in at 18. We're looking for 19 or more. No chips or cracks. But the bell is missing its little clapper or dinger, whatever you want to call that, the noisemaker. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Looking for 19 or more. The bid end from Kim, also known as Desert Gal. Thank you for stepping in there. I see you're just in case, Karen. And again, we now know is Wales, and she is a fine ceramic. So there is the bid end. Thank you so much. So Karen, which one did you want? This one I was calling Belle. That one is Belle. And this one is A fine, because she is A fine. The one with the veil. All right, you got it, Karen. Thank you so much, and we'll bring her back for the recap. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
Okay, I have a little planter up next. I think that's the only planter I have tonight. And she is continuing on with the pixie theme here. I have this gal, and I really love her. I love the style of her. She is Bisque ceramic, all right, but the only thing that is glazed on this, you can see that the wings have a little bit of a sheen to them. So they just put the clear coat on the wings, but the whole rest of it is Bisque ceramic. There is no damage to this piece, no chips, no repairs. It's in excellent condition. I do believe this is 1950s Bisque. Even maybe late 40s on it. There is a whole series of these little pixie girls with different colored flowers, different colored wings that I could find. So there's more of a pinky one. There's more of a yellow one. There is a whole series. I suspect that there's probably a fourth colorway. Usually when they did series like this, there's usually at least 4 different colorways. But it's got this sweet little blue airbrushed flower. And I don't believe that there was ever a plant in there. It doesn't look like there's any plant or dirt residue that's in there. So I don't think that she was ever used as a planter. Erin, I see you. Thank you so much. So she's just really nice and clean. It would be probably a good candidate for an air fern. If you wanted to put an air fern in there, I think that would work well. So she's not super large as far as planters go. Measurement for her, she is 4.5 by 4. 4.5 by 4. Yes, exactly, William. Identical. There's some little cherubs with shells, and they have these little kind of 3-dimensional little, I don't even know what to call those, little dots. Same with the little cherub shell planters. So yes, same line. All right. So Erin, I'm going to count it down for you. We're looking for 33 or more. 20. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. It's getting hot up here. Oh. It's getting warm.
Amie, I'm sorry. You could kick it on. I don't think any of us will mind.
No, it's too loud. Like literally, it's too loud. I cannot talk over the air conditioner.
Gotcha.
Because it's right here. It's like right here.
Gotcha.
Right next to my shoulder. All right, bid end is in there. All right, Aaron, congratulations. It's coming to you. Thank you so much.
All right, Amie, $40. And I had purchased 2 of these from an estate. I sold the strawberry shortcake last sale. And then I have the peanuts, Charlie Brown one with Snoopy and the whole gang remaining. So it's in very good condition. It is a tin lunchbox. It is from the 1980s, and it has 2 different scenes on it. So there might be just a little tiny ripple in it here or there, but there's no major rusting or major denting to it. So $40. We'll show you some more of this in a minute, but you're going to get that. And I also have the original thermos. So in the early 80s, a lot of the thermoses had turned into this style thermos. So this is what's going to come with it. It also even has the original little hinge that you can hook back in so it holds the thermos in place, okay? So $40 if anybody is interested. The lunchbox measures about 8.5 by 7. It is a fun tin lunchbox. Again, this would be fun to use in a summer display because you got Mr. Charlie Brown just hanging out there. Underneath the tree, you can see it says thermos on it. Then you flip it around here, and it has a different scene. This is probably one of my favorite summer scenes from Charlie Brown, especially when they're by the little, what is it? She kind of knows she's psychic. So it was, I forget.
Gives you advice.
Yes, that's it. I'm trying to remember which episode that was in. But then you have the Red Baron version of Snoopy, which I love. And then you have cute little, God, what's his name? I'm drawing a blank right now. The fun little
Woodstock.
How could I forget that? So you have the whole gang right there. And then on the side,
Foghorn Leghorn. I was like, no, that's Looney Tunes.
Then on the side here, you have some of the old cartoons, some of the old Sunday morning funnies. And here, there's some more here. It has its original handle on it. I did not clean off. That's the original price tag that was on it. So I did let that there in case maybe, I think it gives it a patina. So, and we'll go around here to this side. Sorry, I just showed you that one. And over here, some of the little Snoopy comic strips on the side. So, and then there's some more here on the bottom. Again, you can see there's no major pitting, no major rusting. It's in very, very good condition. I do know that this version, I was able to tell that it's from the early 80s. So this is the early 80s. They may have made it earlier than that, but this one here is from the early 1980s. So you can see the inside is pretty rust-free. There's no major issues. I'll turn it in the light so you can see a little bit of rippling here or there, but there's no major dings or dents that I can, say. It sits pretty flat. I did look in the light in one corner. You can kind of see right there when the light catches it. You can see a little bit right there. Get my finger in the right place right there when the light hits it. But a lot of times these lunchboxes are completely scratched, roached out, and in horrible condition. This one is in very good vintage condition. This was actually the brother's lunchbox to the sister who I sold last sale. And then here is your plastic thermos. Everything is intact. It has the original little cup part. You can even see the cup isn't all scratched out, scratched up or faded. It has the original top. I did not open this. There's no alphabet soup in it still, so I didn't open it.
That's good.
And then it still has a little insert, and it closes.
It would not smell good if there wasn't.
No, it would not be. 40-year-old. Oh my God, no way. So there's that. And then I will also include this. This is the original little clasp that holds that thermos into place. It will just probably rattle around in shipping. So we'll just pack that separate. So Lynn, thank you so much. Lynn is in at 40, looking for 41 or more. And it is on a vintage early 1980s, late 70s, early 80s tin lunchbox and plastic thermos. So we're counting it down, looking for 41 or more. And we are doing just in case for active bidders. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Oh, the smell of spoiled chocolate milk.
No.
The worst
I know
is
exactly what that smells like. And no.
The worst is if you were in elementary school and a fellow kid kind of got sick. Do you ever remember the smell of?
Yeah, on the bus. Yeah, I do.
Did they also use the from the pencil shavings? If someone got sick when you were in elementary school, would they pour that on it then?
I don't remember that.
All right,
I remember like cat. I remember like cat litter.
Okay, all right.
Usually something like cat litter would be done. Yeah.
Lynn, it's all yours, and it smells vintage. Thank you so much, Lynn.
Congratulations. Welcome in. Thanks for coming. I'm glad that you found us too. Welcome. Okay. I'm going to get myself over here. I just found this guy over the weekend, and it's a little rubber face squirrel. Isn't he cute? They did a couple versions of this guy. There is a brown squirrel. There's also a skunk version with the same face. But this little gray squirrel, and he's super clean. And I do know that he is made by My Toy. And he's called Plush Pals by My Toy. And the reason that I know this, a lot of people call this Rushton. It is not Rushton. A lot of people have it listed as Rushton. The only reason I know that is because I've sold the same exact one with the original hang tag that says My Toys Plush Pals on it. And he's really, really nice shape. So his body is light gray. All right. And he's got white felt for his little ears, white tail. He's very clean. As far as white plush on any vintage animals go, it's pretty darn good. He does not have a floppy neck. Now, I did add the little ribbon on here. It's not permanent, so you can take it off. I went with turquoise because he's got a little, like, very light sky blue little eyeshadow painted on his eyes. There's just a little paint rub on his nose, just a smidge, but the paint on it is pretty darn good. Probably about as good as you can get for these vintage rubber faces. And he sits on his own really nicely. So you plop him and he doesn't fall over. Here's the bottom. Again, like super clean. I'm not sure if he was ever played with, but based on the condition that he's in, I have seen this guy out and about in a locked case before, and he was like not gray and not white. He was like more yellow. Very much played with. Measurement for him, he is 8.5 inches tall, 5 inches this way, and about 4.5 at the widest point of his little ears there. So the ears are felt, wool felt on there. So soft plush rubber on there. And what is he stuffed with? Well, refurbing these, I can tell you that they sweep the floor at the factory and stuff in all of the threads and little fabric bits. And it looks kind of like hamster bedding, some of it. It's all different colors. It's weird what they stuffed these with. It's not sawdust. It's definitely, I can feel it's plushy. It's plushy in there. No sawdust that you have to worry about on this guy. But we will go ahead and move on, and I'll bring him back at the recap.
All right, Amy, $10 choice. $10 choice. And not all my rounds am I previewing for sales. So I did not preview these, and they're going to be $10 choice. They're all in very good condition, and they're all just a little bit different. So if you guys like a good Ruthie Newton squeaky, I have a couple different variations for you starting at just $10 choice. So they're all in good condition. As for paint, I did my best to lightly clean them. They might have just a little bit of darkening here or there, but they're all soft and they're all in good condition. So this one is the pink one with the white shoes. I have another one coming up that will have pink shoes. So if you're trying to collect, God, they have a nice dozen or so of different colored ones that you can have a whole collection. So Carolyn, I see you for 10. We're looking for 11 or more. There's the little squeak hole right there. Up here is where it says Ruthie Newton and all the other fun stuff going on back there. They do all stand pretty well. Sometimes you got to sit them just right so they stand. And this will be your first choice at 10. So we're looking for 11 or more. And she'll be known as the one with the white shoes. Okay, so she's the one with the white shoes. This one is the yellow one. So if you're looking to add the yellow one, and they also have them that not only are they different colors, but their hair is different colors. So She is your little kind of like blonde, almost blonde haired. This one is kind of your brunette or brown haired little girl. You can see the curls are a little bit different too. All right, so the curls are a little different. She's marked Ruthie Newton right here on the back. So she's Ruthie Newton right there, and she kind of squeakies a little bit, and all of them measure just about 8 inches tall, so about 8 inches tall. So she's wearing her little butter yellow outfit in really good condition. Like I said, there's just a little bit of paint wear, maybe just a little bit of darkening in places, but I did my best and just did a light cleaning to them. I figured the new owner can do what they want. So here is your third choice. She is the one in the pink dress with the pink shoes. I'll hold the first one up. There you can see we got her. She's wearing her, well, she's also got, the dresses are different. I just noticed the dresses are different. She has ruffles here. This one does not. So they're completely wearing different style dresses. I just noticed that right now. So she has that style dress with the ruffled on the arms there with the bow. This one doesn't either. So the last two don't. So that was news to me. I just learned that. I had them sitting here and didn't even notice it. So again, she's a Ruthie Newton as well. So we're looking for $11 choice. I'm trying to show you the embossing here on the back. And again, they will stand on their own. These are really cute, especially if you get a bunch of them. You can do all kinds of different displays with them, or if you're trying to collect one of each color. So yeah, I do, Kim. I do. I tried to look. I don't know why I didn't even notice that till right now. So they are two completely different ones. So let's do a countdown. We're looking for 11 or more. Coco Girl's in at 12. So now we're looking for 13 or more. And we'll do a countdown in just a moment. This one we're going to call pink. That one we're going to call pink. This one we're going to call yellow. And this one we're going to call white. Sorry, I forgot. I wanted to let you guys know. So this one's going to be white because of the shoes, yellow, and then pink. So 13 or more. We are doing just in case for active bidders. So counting it down, 13 or more, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. I bought these about a year ago from a fella. He was selling his mom's collection. And they got sat to the side. I forgot I had them. So I want to get them new homes. So maybe you like all three. Maybe you just want one or two. So Coco Girl had a just in case of 18. Caroline had a just in case of 20. So Caroline, for 19, you get first choice. This one is going to be the pink. Then we have the yellow. And then this one we're calling white just because she has the white details. She has the lace and the shoes. And those two are wearing the same dress, these two. She's the one dressed a little bit fancier. So at 19, this one we'll call white. That one we're going to call yellow. And then this one we're going to call pink. And you want the white and the yellow. So those two are yours. Thank you so much. So Coco Girl, were you interested in the all pink one at 18? And if you pass, that's okay. We'll bring her back in the recap. But I'll watch the chat. Coco Girl, you could have her for your bid of 18. Thank you guys so much.
Okay. She says she's passing.
Gotcha. We'll bring them back in the recap. Bring her back in the recap.
Okay. I have these are something I got from the Midwest Holiday Show, although they don't look like that. But I did get these from one of my favorite ladies, Mary, who has the famous Christmas house on 127. These came from her booth. She just has fabulous stuff all the time. But these are little pink birdie candle huggers, and they do make quite the fashion statement if you want to wear them as rings too. But I'm fresh out of lucite candles, so this was my best way of being able to show these guys. But they are candle huggers, but they don't have to be. Sometimes with the candle huggers, how they're molded, they don't sit on their own, but these do. So they can just sit, and you could put like a little flower pot, you could put a little bottle brush tree, you could put different things in their little hands if you wanted to. And as far as condition goes, there's crazing on them, no repairs that I'm seeing, and no little flea bites that I'm seeing either. But they're sweetest little birds. They did make these in blue and yellow as well. These are made by Nippon Yokoboki, which is the little laurel wreath with the clover on there. So if you ever come across that mark, that's the manufacturer for that. And they're just the sweetest ever. Now this one here, you can see it has this little mark. Somebody just got a little wild with the paint at the factory. That is sealed on there. That's not like a blemish or anything like that. And we'll turn them to the back side so you can see the other side there. So they're pink with little black accents for their feathers, and they're just the cutest. I love their little faces. So cute. Let me get caught up on the chat. Oh my goodness. All right, so Christy and Janine has the high bid right now at $39. Measurement for these, they are 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. Okay, so I think that if it were me, I would put little pink bottle brush trees in there for Christmas time. Oh, yeah. These could totally work for Christmas in those non-traditional colors, I think, for sure. All right, so I'm going to count birdies down. We are looking for 40 or more on the set. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tweet, tweet, bid end.
I've never seen these, Amy, ever.
You didn't see these at the show? They were behind you the whole weekend.
No. Oh, so you just got those at the show?
Yeah, at the Midwest. Yeah.
No. Yeah, you know how much.
You know how late I got to Mary's booth? Way after Bill.
Yeah, no, nope, never saw them.
All right. Janine, they are yours. Janine, do you want me to just bring these to Elkhorn? I can, so we don't have to ship these. I totally can. Let me know. Thank you so much.
All right. $45. Okay. This is coming out of my personal collection. I collect Christ figurines. I've never displayed him. He is a harder piece to find. He's even harder than the Psycho Ceramics. So they did Psycho Ceramics, then they also did a caveman version. Okay. So I have one of the dinosaurs. Maybe you want to add him. He's super unique, and you're not going to find him on eBay anywhere right now. Okay, so he is the blue with the yellow stripes. All those yellow stripes are in cold paint. So he is one of the fun little dinosaurs that would have went with the caveman series. So they have some where the cavemen are riding them. They have the chained families with some cavemen. And then they have some of these figurines here that I just want to make sure that, yeah, that's a little paint nip right there. I want to make sure there's no damage to it. So he is a harder to find piece of kitsch. There is some of his pink hair remaining here to the top. So I thought maybe summertime, maybe you guys would want a fun little dinosaur to add to your collection. He kind of also has dragon style looks to him. But again, he is a little Christ figurine. Amy, wouldn't you say these are a little harder to find, the dinosaur?
Yes, I've never run across one of those in the wild, ever.
This is the first one I've ever found, and he was downstairs with the planter, and I figure if I didn't put him out, I might as well just find him a new home. So definitely alley-oop. You're definitely right, William. Absolutely. And again, these are harder to find pieces of kitsch. These psychos, these cavemen ceramics by Christ, they can start at $100 all day on the internet. So I thought maybe somebody wanted to add this cute little fella to their collection. There are no chips or cracks. Again, all this yellow, get this board out of here. All these yellow stripes are cold paint. So the fact that all that still remains, there's no damage to his tail. And there's a little bit of where the original Japan sticker would be right there on the underside of his belly. And again, they are stamped Christ, and that's an older Christ stamp. So he is in good condition, still has some of his pink hair remaining. I think he's a little thin up top, but overall, good condition. And again, he is just really, really fun. And I think Dusty nailed it. He is stinking adorable. It's definitely kind of a harder to find piece of kitsch that if you're into collecting some of the harder to find pieces, he's one you're not going to find. He does pair with the Psycho Ceramics. They have the same kind of face. Christ figurines have that same kind of crude paint and kind of look about them. But honestly, if he were to list on eBay, he would be $100 and up. So I'm offering him at a fraction of what he's really worth because I want to find him a home. So he measures 5.5 inches tall. So he's just about 5.5 inches tall, and he's about 4 inches across. So I keep moving him. You guys don't get a good look at him Look at those cute little eyes. Like he almost does have like Dino from, how old is he, Minx? He is from the 1960s. So Christ did the Psycho Ceramics and the Cavemen. Cavemen things kind of came back into fashion in the mid 1960s. Fire King also did the Cavemen. I think they call it like BC or DC. It was in the whole Flintstone era of things that were starting to become, really, really popular. Even the late 60s into like Puff the Magic Dragon. That's the era in which all of this was made. So Big Paul, thank you so much. I see you for 45. We're looking for 46 or more. There is a little teeny tiny bit of paint missing right here on his neck. And if you know these Psycho Ceramics, you can always feel they're crudely made. Like when they poured them into the molds, they didn't sand them smooth. They painted them and out the door they went. So, they're not going to be like the Napco piece I showed you that had the high glaze and everything was perfect. These Christ figurines, that's kind of their charm. That's kind of what, even the Holt Howard pieces are the same way. Holt Howard, even though it's a Cadillac of kitchen ceramics, it's crudely made. And a lot of times you always find it with a little nip or a chip because that's just how they were. That's just how they were made. So we're looking for 46 or more. And I know folks that used to deal in it in the 60s and said that out of the box, some of these ceramics had nips on them because they were just, they were cheap. Yeah. They were cheap ceramics. They were cheap ceramics. So let's do a countdown. Thank you so much, Big Paul. Looking for 46 or more, and we are doing just in case. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. I love his big feet. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Like here you can even see when they poured it, they even went ahead to left there, like there was a little pop in the porcelain right here when they poured it, and they just painted right over it. So thank you, Sandra. I love the colors too. It's a good color. So there's the bid end. So Big Paul, thank you guys so much. Let me know if you want to pick her up, or we can ship her up to you up there in the Carlisle region. Thank you so much.
I want to go back to that. I want to go back to Rick's Antique Mall. That's a good antique.
And between their Amy, between their kitsch and Rick's kitsch, I mean, that's
Rick's Christmas is just out of this world.
Yes.
Like, he's got some good Christmas in his case. And Big Paw Vintage is a vendor there too. So.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to have my highest item of the sale for my next round. And I can't say that I've had one of these for a very, very long time. I've had shakers, I've had the figurines, but not one of the vases for a very long time. This is some hard to find kitsch for sure. These are called anthropomorphic flower people. That's what everybody in the collector world refers to these as. And so we've got a big old flower face, and then we also have a body. So the figurines for these, and I have been lucky enough to find some over the years. There are some that are holding shapes like hearts and stars. There's some that are cleaning that have little mops and brooms. There's some that have bow and arrows like that. So there's different series that you can collect of these, and there's also different variations for the vases. This one is holding onto a heart shape. There are some stars that are outlined here at the base. There's no chips to this piece at all. Typically these vases sell for well over $100. There's no chips, no damage. There's probably some dust that's down in there, but really good condition. Otherwise, here's the back, just plain. So there's figurines that match with the vases. There's also larger planters that have multiple faces on them. And there's also salt and pepper shakers in different colorways that match with this. Dusty, I see you. Thank you so much. And Caroline is also in. Thank you, ladies, so much. So it's a decent sized piece. And this is, the figurines are maybe just a hair smaller than what you're seeing on the vase here, if you're curious. I think that there are 8. I think there's 8 different figurines for this, and then there's several different variations of the shakers. Measurement for it is 5 3/4 inches tall by about 2.5 at the widest point there. All right, and it is just stamped Red Japan here on the bottom. I've never been able to identify, I don't think anybody else has ever identified a manufacturer for these flower faces. But they're very, very high-end collectible pieces. So Caroline's in at 61. We're looking for 62 or more. I am going to count her down. All right. And the paint, like it's not cold paint on here. All right. So you don't have to worry about any paint scratching. It's all fired on there. Just not like, you know, it just like Jason said, it's not like super high detail like a Napco or PY piece. But I like that. I think it gives it some character. All right, let's count it down. Looking for 62 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Tracy, I see it in there at 62. Thank you so much. Ooh, all right. I'm going to wait for the bid end to come in there. I do see just in cases from Caroline. Oh, all three of you. All right. There is the bid end from Karen. Caroline, your 80 did come in after the bid end. So Caroline had a just in case of 72. Tracy had a just in case of 75. But Dusty Moose had a just in case of 79. So Dusty, it is yours for 76. Thank you so very much. Don't forget to refresh, you guys, as often as you can. Don't forget that.
All right, Amy, $20. And some folks don't like monkeys. So I know we need to always give a clown alert. There's a monkey alert. So if you're not into monkeys, this guy might freak you out. But I think he's stinking cute. He's starting at $20 for 2 reasons. Well, first of all, before we get into the reasons why, he is a little tin battery-operated toy. He does work. He does work. I know, Dusty, some folks don't like monkeys, but I think this guy's cute. So he does work for $20. The reason why he's starting at 20
is roll your dice for Yahtzee.
Well, yes, he could. He doesn't have his original dice, and I'll take him off the board for a second here. He's supposed to have one of those like gambler visors, you know, like the visors that folks always wear when they're counting money. He's missing that little visor. But other than that, he is in super good condition, and I probably believe he had those things, but the original owner probably didn't know that they went with it, and by the time I got it, he was missing. So these can go all over the board money-wise. Sometimes they go for 80, sometimes they go for 100, sometimes you can get them for 20 if you're on a live sale with me. But he is in very good condition. He's made by a company called Craigston Corporation. So he's the late 50s, early 60s. He has his original little tag that says push dice, cut back, and I shoot craps. So he's your little craps monkey. So he would be good for all sorts of fun little things. Now, the body, he is tin. So the body is tin. Here you can see the little battery cavity there. There is no issues with that because he works. But before I show you how he works, you guys need to know he can be a little noisy because he's an old tin toy. So I'm not going to show it to you how he works just yet, but I'll give you the measurement. So he's about 9 inches tall. His face is made of like a hard rubber or a hard plastic. I love him too, Tracy. I love him. And I think he would be great. He'd be a great starter piece because these usually never work. So the face is rubber. Then you have all this fabric that is attached to him, and it's metal and tin underneath. And then you can see he has these fun like rubber style arms. Oh, he almost started to go there. So he's got these fun feet, and he sits. And what you do, if you do what the tag says, you go ahead. Hold on, wait for it. Hold on. Come on, buddy. Shoot the dice. He's going to do it. There he goes. He just shot the dice. So
I've never seen him. I've seen the clapping one, but I've not seen him.
This is the first one. He's not attacking me, Dusty. So this is the first one I've ever had. So all you need to do is get yourself a few little, maybe 1 or 2 plastic dice, put it in there, and he is missing his little cap. But again, he'd be a very good one for $20 to be the beginning in your collection. And the fact that he still works, he is from the late 50s. I think the variations changed. They made them different generations, so they got a little cheaper and cheaper. From all of my research on this guy, the way the body's made, I think he's like at that late 50s, early 60s. So let me just show you. I think the face is so cute. Maybe you get yourself a fun little Uncle Sam hat, put on it. Maybe you get yourself some dice in there. Maybe you do I don't know, sit him on your desk and say, ask the monkey. And then, when you push it, whatever it comes out is what you're going to do for the day.
You could put little candy in there.
You could. He is noisy, but he's not evil, Dusty. He is in very good condition. There's no holes in his vest. As you can see, he even has his felt little buttons. He's in his little striped pantsuit and his striped little arms. A lot of the times the fabric here disintegrates and is ruined, and a lot of times the little metal cup gets broken out of his hand. So $20 if anybody's interested. I know bringing a monkey is like bringing a clown. You either love him or you hate him. But I thought that maybe somebody would want the opportunity to have a working tin toy, working battery-operated tin toy. Oh, and he works here. Let's open him up. He works on the I'm pretty sure they're D batteries. So
D batteries.
I can't ship batteries, so the D batteries won't come with him. But you can see on the inside here, he's super clean.
You can ship batteries, Jason. You just have to ship it ground.
Okay. All right. So if I
asked.
All right. So then you could have them, I guess, if we ship it. I still get nervous shipping batteries that they're going to explode. So $20 if anybody's interested. Maybe we have a monkey hating group. I don't know. We'll bring him back in the recap, Amy. We'll keep it moving.
I think he's fun.
I think he's really neat.
Okay. I have a salt and pepper shaker up next for my next round. And it's a fox. Now you're saying like, well, there's only one here. So actually this is called a long boy. The long boy shaker. Sometimes we have tall boys, but this one's a long boy. Yep. And so it is a fox, which I don't find fox things. I actually have another set of fox shakers coming later. But this one, so you can see he's got holes in his head and he's got holes in his tail. So there is your shaker set. So it's sealed off in the middle. So you have shaker salt on one end and pepper on the other. It is made in Japan, so it's a souvenir piece, which is kind of cool. I don't mind these every so often if they still have the sticker on here. And this one actually was from Castle Rock, which is St. Ignace here in Michigan, way up in the Upper Peninsula. I've never been to Castle Rock. St. Ignace is kind of on the northeasternmost point of the Upper Peninsula. I've never been quite that far up there before. Nice condition on him. He is no chipping. He doesn't have really any kind of crazing that I'm even seeing. Maybe a little bit on the underside of the tail here. There's a little bit of crazing, but there's no chipping to him at all. So he's a good one to like pass around the table. I picture this at like Thanksgiving, pass the fox. He's very easy. I really like how they molded him. I think he's really fun. They did do these. Gosh, Jason, how many different animals did they do? I know there's cats and skunks. Cats, skunks, dogs.
Dozens.
I've seen lots in this style before, but the fox one, I had not come across the fox one in the wild before.
And they actually did two versions of the fox. They did one in the light one that you have, and they did one in the darker color. Yeah. And then some of the obscure ones, like they did cows. They did some cows. They did cows. They did alligators. I've actually sold a pig on a live before. They did a pig long boy.
Right. I remember the pigs.
Yep.
But
never a fox. I mean, they're hard to find.
I see you. Thank you so much. So we're looking for 17 or more on Mr. Longboy Fox. I can't even fit him in frame. He's so long. All right. Let's count Mr. Fox down. We're looking for 17 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid and oh gosh, Matthew, that song.
Oh my God.
That was a short-lived song, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, but it lives on in infamy.
Yeah, I know. It'll just get caught in your brain for days. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. All right. There's the bid end from Karen. Thank you so much. All right, Chrissy, Foxy is coming to you. Thank you so much.
All right, $50, Amy. And this is complete but somebody did do it. Okay, so they did. It'll make sense when I show it to you. So $50, it is complete. This one might have to ship by itself. So I just want to put that out there. It will be all right to ship, but this one will probably have to ship by itself. So it is complete, and this is from the late 50s, early 60s. It is the Bridal Party Sewing Kit. It is made by Hasbro. So it is made by Hasbro, also known as Hassenfield Brothers Incorporated. And it is this Bridal Party Sewing Kit. So somebody did write on the front, so there's a little bit of pen on here. But again, at $50, you're going to get the whole entire set, which is the bride, which is the bride on the front, and you get 2 bridesmaids, and you get the little ring bearer. I think what do they call, now I should know all the weddings I did. What do they call the girl that carries the train? Is she
flower girl?
Maybe she would be the flower girl, but she should be throwing flowers. So we'll just call her the flower girl, and then you get 2 maids of honor. So you get this fun box that's original to it. There's a little bit of splitting here in the corners. Okay. All right, Kim, I go for it. Then it is a flower girl. So, inside here, have you ever seen one of these before, Amy? In all the doll shows you've gone to?
No, just the regular dolly sewing kits, but no, I've never seen the bridal one.
Gotcha. So you get the full entire bridal kit. There is the inside. So you would have gotten these plastic dolls, and then you would have made the dresses for them. Okay. So all that is done for you. So you can put all of them on display. They even kept most of the sewing pieces in here. So they kept some of the original string. It has the original scissors. And then there's the rest of the threads and the threads on the bobbin that they did not use. So you get a whole entire bridal party, which I think this would be fun to use if you collect brides and grooms, if you do displays for June. So let me start with the little flower girls. Somebody did a really good job. So what they did was they had to cut the fabric out and give them their little dresses. So I'm a little flower girl. Her hair is flocked. So they gave her flocked hair. So she has this fun gold flocked hair, and they're these little plastic made in USA dolls. They have these fun little flowers that they've attached to them. So they would have come naked, and they would have had all the fabric, and then you would have had to make their little dresses. So it's already done for you. So there's your little flower girl. Then I'm going to show you one of your bridesmaids here. So she is one of your bridesmaids. Again, take it or leave it. I think it's fun. I've had a day, Amy. Why didn't he?
Me too, girl. I feel you.
Why didn't he marry me, Amy? I don't. So you get her, one of the bridesmaids. I didn't take the time to look exactly at them that long. I think it was just the full idea. And she has her little pleather pink purse with her, and you have the baby's breath. And then you can see these are the fun little dresses. Now you might want to zhuzh her Dolly Parton wig up a little bit, do her up a little better. But she is the I've had a few. I don't know why he didn't marry me. So you get her. And then you get the other bridesmaid here. I'm really upselling it, Amy. You get the other bridesmaid here in blue. She has a fun do. She's like, oh, I'm going to catch the bouquet today. I'll be the next one to get married. And she has her fun little pleather.
I like
purse.
that they have purses.
They do. And then they have, they are stationary. So the bodies are fixed, but the arms are movable. So you get her as well. And then you get the one, the only, the maid, the lady of the hour. And I need to make sure I don't drop the box here. She has her flowers, and she has her little purse as well. So there's the fun little bride. And she actually has red hair, which I think is a little unique. So you get the whole entire fun little Hasbro, and you guys can zhuzh them up and do whatever you want. I just think it's a really, really fun kit, and it's already done for you. So it would have had instructions, and then it would have told you how to cut the material and sew everything. And you could have made your own little bridal party sewing kit. So she has her little purse here as well. So you get her. I'll quickly tell you how tall they are. I did not measure them. And then we will move on. So each one of the hard plastic dolls are roughly about 8 inches tall. So there's your bride. She's showing a little, there we go, showing a little too much. So you get her, and then you get the whole entire bridal party here in the box. And these last year, which I should have sold it last year on eBay, they were really selling. There hasn't been a lot on eBay this year. So you get
I really love the box.
I do too. And I think if you want to display it like that for $50, use that as the backdrop. You also get the dolls. The dolls are going to need a little.
The little scissors are still in there?
Yes. The little scissors are in there. And you also get the leftover thread for all the colors.
So yes.
Yep. So they kept it all together. They did put it together. Maybe it would be more collectible if it was not assembled. But again, it's a fun collectible for any bride and groom that want to do a little display, maybe for a vintage wedding. But we'll put it to the side. I don't know who said it's Emmeline. So we'll put it to the side and we'll bring it back for the recap. All right, Miss Amy?
All right. All right. I have another pixie for my next round. And this one, there are figurines. I did have a little Tinkerbell figurine made by Wales, Japan. This is manufactured by Wales as well. And similar in style, although a little bit different than Tinkerbell, but more of just a general pixie with those stockinet wings. And usually it's the wings on these that have the issue because of the wire can just get brittle and kind of break. The wings are in excellent shape. Still has a little mica glitter on there. There is a repair to the leaf. All right. I couldn't leave this behind. I'd never run across one of these in the wild before. So there is a repair to the leaf, and let me find it. It is right in here. Okay. Right in this kind of right in here. So it looks like it probably took a little tumble at some point and a little chip came out. They did glue the little chip of the leaf back in there. There are some hairlines on the bottom, probably where that tumbled. I don't think I'm going to get the line to focus in. There are a couple hairlines in here, but this is the leaf here where that little notch in here has been glued back in. Right in here is where that is, and the lines are on the bottom. But the rest of the pixie and the rest of the leaf does not have any other kind of issues to it. So she is permanent in there. I think she's fabulous. So she does still have the paper label here on the bottom. No more Wales sticker is present there on the bottom, but she's just excellent. I absolutely love her. I love this style of pixie. She's got lashes for days. They did do a nice job painting her, very tiny detailed. So her little antenna are kind of gold painted there on there. And then she's wearing like a little yellow hat, a little yellow suit. Measurement for it is 5.5 inches tall, 5 1/4 at the widest point of the leaf, and then it sits about 3.5 inches tall to the top of that little meshy wing there. But yes, there is a couple different colorways of this particular pixie on the leaf dish and different colored leaves as well, plus the figurines that are like just molded just like this, but they're just standalone little figurines, not sitting on the little leaf dish. But we will go ahead. We'll go ahead and pass on her, and we'll get Jason started.
All right, $35, Amy, $35. And bunnies are not just for Easter, you know. They can be all year round. But I have this fun Fisher-Price toy. It's in very good condition. I believe it is from 1957. All the paper is intact. There might be a little bit of rippling to it, but it's all intact with no major rips. The only condition issue is it looks like there's a little bit of staining right there on that side of the paper. But we have little bunny friend here that when you move him, it makes the bottom pieces spin and then the ears move around. So I think he is super fun. He is actually the Busy Bunny cart. So it says the Busy Bunny cart back here with that fun little kitschy lamb. And again, this is Fisher-Price, 1950s, fully made of wood. Here you have little lammy friends. Again, great for any kitschy decor. It also would be good at Easter time, and he's driving himself his little wooden car. So he's coming to you. When you pull him, he has his original pull string, which is something you don't often find either. When the little metal wheels move, there's those little two spindles, and then his ears move around. So the few examples I found on the internet, a lot of the little paper details were missing, including like half of the paper on the ears, but these ears are in good condition. And again, if you can think of it, they kind of decoupaged the decal on top of wood. So that's what they did. So here in the back, what I love is he has his little beanie cap on. So that's a little beanie cap right there that he's got. Here is the inside of the little cart. Again, just a little bit of wear, but nothing major. And then he is the older one with the wooden wheels and the metal axle. all the way around. And he does work if you do pull him. The only condition issue, and trust me, a lot of times when you find these, you know, one of the full decals is missing or ripped off on the side. And you want to be careful when you clean them. There's just a little bit of maybe staining right there. Maybe some kind of moisture got on there and dripped down to the side. But he's motoring his way, and I think he's fun. He'd be great at Easter. You can put your Easter eggs in, or you could leave him out with your bunny or your Kitsch collection all year long. And, of course, Fisher-Price toys are very collectible.
I love his ears. That's my favorite.
I do, too. And the fact that they still spin because it has those little spools here on the bottom, and when you're pulling him, they kind of hit the ground and they move around. So he measures about 9.5 inches. Karen, I do too. His face is awesome. 9.5 inches long. He's about 4.5 inches at the widest point, and then height-wise, he is just about 7 inches tall with the ears. So again, he is from the 1950s. Every example I found said around 1957. He is completely made of wood. So as years went on with Fisher-Price toys, they were all this wood or particle or pressed wood, and then they started to become plastic. So then the next generation may have had plastic wheels, so on and so forth. But this is one of the first generations that everything is wood on it. So Caroline, thank you so much. I see you for 35. We're looking for 36 or more. You can even see the paint on these wheels are phenomenal. I was going to use this guy here for a future Easter display, but I have another bunny card that I'm keeping instead. I also think he would be fun to put ephemera in. So if you guys collect maybe greeting cards, you could put that in. You, like I said, Easter time, put some grass, you could put some eggs in there, or you could put some of your plush bunnies, or bunnies don't just have to be at Easter time. He is going to sit out all year round if you collect Fisher-Price toys. So there is that side. And let me just spin it around. I didn't show you. There's the original Fisher-Price insignia. Again, you can see the paint. So that's painted. And then this is the kind of the paper, not kind of, it is the paper decal that they decoupaged on. So let's go ahead and count him down. We're looking for 36 or more. We are doing just in case for active bidders. And he's one of the first generations. He's from 1957. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Carol, you're right. A lot of these, half the decals are missing, but all his decals are accounted for. There is some rippling to them, which that's what happens. God, I think they came from the factory that way. But he's in 99% good condition. There's the bid end. Thank you so much, Karen. Caroline, it's coming to you for $35. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Okay. I have a choice for my next round. And I have I have 6 choices for this next round. But they are all very similar. And I haven't had these since last fall. So I have 2 different kinds this time. So these are all matted and matted up book pages from Elizabeth Gordon children's books from the early 1900s. And typically I have only had the Flower Children before. So these are pages out of the 1910 Elizabeth Gordon Flower Children book. So I have 3 of the Flower Children. But tonight I also have some from the Bird Children, which is also Elizabeth Gordon. And this was from 1917. Oh, it's upside down. So I have 3 birds and I have 3 flowers tonight. So I'm going to show them all to you. All right. So this is going to start at $12 for choice. And they're all matted. They're sealed in plastic, FYI, but you can take that off. But they are all matted. So the mats on these, before I show them to you, they are all 8.5 by 11.5 for the mat, and then the opening for these is 4 by 7. Okay, so the first one I have is the stately Lady Hollyhock in a lovely colored frock taught her children each day precisely what to do and say. So Miss Hollyhock. I love these. I love, love, love these. What color are the mats? So they're all different colored. This one has, it looks like gray to me for the mat for this one, but they're all different colored. All right. This one here is blue. You can see that that one's blue. So young Sweet William, sad to tell, rang the Canterbury's bell. Just for that, his father said, William, come out in the shed. So there is Sweet William. So that one's got a blue mat. And then this one here is a rose. It says, now let the banners be unfurled to greet the fairest of the world. Come roses all and pay your duty, Madam the Queen, American Beauty. So that is a rose. This one looks more like tan to me on the mat for this one. So I'll put these two next to each other so you can see. This one I feel is more gray and this one I feel is more tan. Okay. So those are the flowers. Let me get caught up on the chat. I see Dusty's in. Thank you so much. And now we'll get to the bird children. So the flowers are all from 1910 and the birds are all from 1917. Okay, so the bird children, which I've never been able to offer before, I love this as much as the flower children. So Chewy said red start. So this is red start. Will you look at me? I do not sing so well by note, but see my black and orange coat. So cute. This is like a dark tan for the mat on that one. And then next we have Paradise Bird. In her new clothes, said, they're expensive, goodness knows. I suppose because they were so dear, I'll have to wear them all this year. So we got Paradise Bird. And this one is ivory for the mat on that one. And then the last one, I think is my favorite, maybe because the little flower that is next to it. So Vermilion Flycatcher's a beauty. You'll always find him right on duty. Searches for food early and late, bringing it to his pink-clothed mate. I really like that one. And this one is, I would say, more of like a brown, like a light brown on that one. Okay, so we'll show them one more time. All right, so this is choice. You can take one, multiples. They're just like shrink wrapped in plastic. Okay, probably just to keep the paper protected in there. All right, so those are the three birds here. All right, and then these are the three flowers. Those are the ones that I had this time. Okay, hopefully you can see the difference in the color of the matting. I picked these because these were kind of more summery flowers this time. All right, so Dusty's got the high bid right now at 13 for choice. And let's count them down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 bid end. I'm sorry for the glare.
I love those bird children.
Bird children are awesome. It's a great book too. I've never ever come across a copy of the bird children. Okay, let's see. All right, there is that bid end from Karen. Thank you so much. All right, Aaron, your 25 did come in after the bid end. Aaron did have a just in case in there at 22, but Dusty has a 24. So Dusty, let me know. We'll claim by flower. So we've got Sweet William in the blue. We've got that's Hollyhock in the pink. And then Rose for this one. And the birds are Red Start, Flycatcher, and Paradise. So Red Start, Paradise in the middle, and Flycatcher. You guys are making me hungry. Keep talking about food. As always. Or a combination. I don't know an easier way to claim these. Hollyhock and Red Start. Okay. So Dusty's taking pink, these two. Hollyhock and Red Start. You got it. Thank you so much. And then backup is going to be Aaron. So let me know. I have 2 of the flower children and 2 of the birds left. So those are the 2 of each. Okay. And I think that was that everybody that was in there? I think so.
I think so, yes. Yep.
Yes, it was. Okay. Aaron, just let me know and I'll watch the chat and we'll get Jason going. Thank you so much.
All right, Amy. $40. And I have a unique Kewpie tonight. Nancy, Nancy at Mother Tucker's, she's fully stocked, and she went on a buying trip from PA to Florida, and she came back with some Kewpie things. And I thought somebody in our chat tonight might need this fun little Kewpie. I didn't get a chance to talk to Amie to see if she knew anything, but on the back here, it's embossed. It's made by Peggy Dudley. So there we go. It's made by Peggy Dudley. I believe she was a doll artist, and I believe this is from the early 1980s. So this is a jointed, one of the webbed finger Kewpies. It's made of porcelain, and it's completely jointed. So it's going to start at $40. I couldn't find many examples of this on the internet anywhere. So with it being porcelain, the head is jointed, so you can move the head however you want. You know, you could spin it around. The little webbed arms are movable too. Little Kewpie friend here, you can take the fun little legs, and then he or she will sit just like that. So if you want to place it in the standing position, you can. But let me tell you, it's porcelain, and this little doll is heavy, okay? There's actually an applied little bow here to the top. It's kind of a peachy pink little bow that is attached. You have the hand-painted little bit of Kewp hair going on, and you have the little Kewpie top right there. Now, the little webbed hands, there are no little wings here on the back. This kind of falls into the little webbed kitschy style Kewpie that folks love. And I love the fact that it says right here, it says, I love you. So this would be good. Of course, you'd keep it out all year long, or this little Kewpie here would be super good in your Valentine's display. So this is not bisque. This is porcelain. So it's just soft porcelain. All this is hand painted with these fun details. The jointing is nice and tight, so you can move the fun little webbed hands. We have a little bit of butt going on right there, and then we have the cute little kidney dimples there on the back. So here they even detailed the feet underneath, and it is flesh tone. So little Kewpie measures 7 inches tall. 7 inches tall. If you guys love those squeaky, rubbery, like
it does look like it's molded from those squeakies.
Yes, it would definitely pair with them. And I could not find much more information about this person online. I do know that the Peggy Dudley, from what I gather, and if someone knows in the chat, she, I think, made porcelain dolls. I think that's what she did. I think
I've not heard that name. I've
not heard that name before. The little bit that I could find, apparently she made porcelain dolls, and then this was one of the ones that she made. So she made her own little Kewpie. I like displaying it like that. So the Cat and the Rabbit's in at 40. Thank you so much. So we're looking for 41 or more. Again, no chips or cracks. Head is jointed, so you can spin the head however you want. You can move the fun little webbed arms. I love these Kewpies. I love a good old school Rosa O'Neill Kewpie, but these little webbed fingers, they get me each time. To me, that's like really, really kitschy. And of course, we got naked little Kewpie guy. So let's count them down, 41 or more, just in case for active bidders. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end, and again made of porcelain, and I believe it's from the early 1980s or the late 1970s is when this cute little doll's from. 7 inches, chubby cuteness right there. Love it. And I love the fact that when you move the legs, I would have it sitting. That's what I did in my reel. So there's the bid end. You didn't need it. It's coming to you, the Cat and Rabbit. Congratulations. Love it. Thank you so much.
I love those starfish hand Kewpies.
So do I. That's what I kept.
Starfish.
Yes, I wanted to call them
web. It just popped into my brain, so
yes.
We both couldn't think of it. Okay. This is technically a Christmas angel. Although she was missing what she's supposed to be holding in her hand, which I believe is supposed to be a little holly leaf. So in lack of something else to put in her hand, I found this teeny tiny little, I believe this is definitely on the older side, little metal filigree butterfly brooch. And I will show that to you a little bit closer. But I do have the ceramic head. This is not a Holt Howard angel. There were other manufacturers that did make the ceramic head angels, but she's very, she definitely would pair well with the Holt Howard angels. But she does have little mercury beads for her necklace, for her buttons, and scattered throughout her dress. There is some glitter that's applied to the stockinette. Now, Like I mentioned with the other Stockinet angel or pixie that I have, there is some wear to the ends of the Stockinet on both of the wings on this one, but I really like how her dress and her wings are stylized on this one, and we'll turn her to the back. So that's what she looks on the back side, and you can kind of bend this wire to, she does sit on her own. There would have originally been a longer wire kind of spiraled in here. I believe that she was supposed to be a tree topper angel. Usually when they're this large, they are usually tree topper angels. But I have stuck this tiny little silver filigree, and I'm going to take it off here. Maybe I'm going to take it off here. I have twisted the little chenille arm around here, but it's just the tiniest little, I didn't see any 9 to 5 markings on here. This could be sterling silver. I could not, there is a marking on it. I couldn't read it. It's very tiny, but it's very antique, filigree silver work. It just has a very simple C clasp here on the back, and the pin back does extend past the clasp, which makes me think it's a much older brooch. There are larger butterflies in this kind of style, which I have seen that are sterling silver, although I cannot say one way or the other for sure what is that. But I just thought she needed something. She needed something in her hand there. Nikki, I see you. Thank you so much. The measurement for the angel, she is 6 1/4 inches tall and 5 1/4 inches wide, about there. But you can kind of mold her a little bit if you want to flex her. Just be careful with that wire armature there. All right, let's count her down. Nikki Moss is in at 18. So we're looking for 19 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But I believe it's Delta Novelty that did some of the other ceramic head angels. If I remember, Delta Novelty, I think. Beth is in there at 19. Nikki Moss put in a just in case right before Karen's bid end. So Nikki Moss, she is coming to you for 20. Thank you so much.
$22, Amy, and maybe you can correct me, but somewhere in my mind, I remember that there was an artist that worked for Joseph Originals. They collaborated with Lefton, or they worked for Lefton and left and went over.
George Good?
What?
George Good?
Yeah, I don't think it's George Good, because these have the same faces as the Joseph Originals, but they are actually made by Lefton and they're stamped on the bottom, and it is Marisa Original by Lefton. Have you ever seen one of these stamped on the bottom like that?
Nope.
And that's the original Lefton sticker. And I started to do a little bit of research on these, and a little bit of information I could find is that somebody who either left and worked for Joseph Originals or came over created a line for Lefton. And I'm not going to say they're hard to find, but they pair well. They really pair with your Joseph Original. So first sight, you think this is a Joseph Original. It's actually this beautiful girl made by Lefton. And I think she would look great in your summer displays. The only issue is there's a little bit of paint wear right there on her chin, but she displays very beautifully. She has this long flowy ponytail here.
I've never heard of that maker.
Well, if you guys do you do like a little bit of research online, you'll see that they did a few pieces and they all have the same eyes of Joseph Originals, except I do believe somewhere there is some crossover there. I could have sworn years ago, Amy, you sold one of these, and that's where that info came from. So, someone sold one of these.
It's not my kitsch brain. It's not ringing a bell.
Somebody sold one of these years ago and said that, and that stuck with me. I can't remember if the person left Joseph Originals and came over and made some.
I definitely see the resemblance.
Made some versions for Lefton, or somewhere there's a comparison. Somewhere there's a connection between Lefton and Joseph. All that aside, she's a beautiful figurine. If you guys love collecting these figurine girls, she's in very good condition. She does have a little bit of paint wear right there. But she has all these typical Lefton rosettes that Lefton did that are these fun little applied painted flowers. Very good condition. She has all this gorgeous metallic gold here on the side. No damage to these arms. Look at the way that arm, look at the way the ceramic is actually poured on that arm. How many times do you see such a bent arm on a gorgeous ceramic? So she is a fun piece. She measures 5.5 inches tall by about 4.5 inches across. So maybe you're looking for some pink, you know, like girls. I think she's real pretty, Nikki, too. Like maybe you guys collect these style figurines. I think with the big, like, I don't know, I don't want to say Victorian, but she's like the Southern Belle kind of dress. She could look good in your summer displays. And look at the way they airbrushed the hair on there, the detail on there.
She does spitting image like a Joseph.
She does, doesn't she? I didn't mean to have this deep of a conversation. I'm sorry, Amie. I could have
sworn. No. I mean, I don't know everything, Jason.
Well, no.
I just have never heard of that.
Look, in all the years that I've sold, this is the first one I ever had. And actually, this was in our collection downstairs.
Because I would think that they would also mention that in the Joseph guidebooks.
You would think. You would think. The few that I could find online, it's the same exact style. And there were no pink ones on. Some of them were in green. Some of them had different details. And when I pulled this out of the basement with the planter, I thought it was a Joseph original. And then I was like, wait a minute, this is a Lefton. There's still remnants of a Lefton tag here on the bottom.
That's cool.
And then I started to do some research. And then I was like, I think years ago when I sold with Amie, she had one of these. And I know there was some kind of crossover.
What's the artist's name again?
And I'm going to spell it because I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. It's Mariska. It's M-A-R like Mar, I-K-A''S. And the few versions I could find, eBay right now, they made different things that weren't these girl figurines. But the only other ones I could find, there was one wearing like a green, almost like chartreuse style dress.
Interesting.
But there's not a lot known.
Yeah.
But the little bit that I could dig on Google, that's the only comparison I could find, was that there's a comparison between the eyes and a lot of the styles. That it was either an artist who worked for Joseph Originals, came over and did a line for Lefton, or it was somebody like Geo Lefton. Someone worked at the factory. They did their own line, left, and then went and worked for Joseph Originals. So Nikki is in at 22. Thank you so much. Again, she's going to look good with head vases. She's going to look good with your other Joseph Original figurines. Jason's basement holds too many things. We have to thin it a little bit. We have to thin it a little bit.
It does hold many treasures. I have seen it. Yes.
And just a little bit of paintware. And actually, when I say paintware, yeah, that's on top. So they actually painted on top. So they did not fire the faces. So I assume that they painted everything, fired it, and then the faces were applied later. So we just have a little bit of wear, but she's still beautiful. So 23 or more. Let's count her down. She is 5.5 inches tall, if I didn't say so. 5.5 inches tall. So 20, 19, 18, 17. She looks like she's dancing. That's what I wanted to say. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. She has a lot more detail than your run-of-the-mill run-of-the-mill.
That does sound like a good band name, Jason's Basement.
Oh, it would. I like that. So there's
what I was going to say, Jason, is that we haven't seen pictures from your little cases, with your chain things.
Oh, no.
Mermaids. We haven't seen that in a very long time.
We could do that for Fantastic Finds. So thank you, Nikki. It's yours. Congratulations.
Jason and Bill's basement. Yeah. Bill's is a whole other. Bill's, well, it would be. Bill's is more of a room, though. I wouldn't call it a basement. His is more of a room. Okay. I have a deer for my next round. And I have one of these in my personal collection. It's right up there next to my snail. These harder plastic Hong Kong deer, they did make these in some fantasy colors. There's pink ones, there's blue ones, there's green ones, there's purple ones, all incredibly hard to find. And these little brown ones are not getting easier to find either. Usually I save these for Christmas time, but I thought since I had some other forest critters tonight, I thought I would bring her out. Now this is like very hard plastic. It's not blow mold plastic. There are blow mold plastic deer, and then there's shiny. This is more of like a matte. Yes, looks like Feline from Bambi. All completely airbrushed. I love these. And they did do some more in high glaze a little bit later on. This is the first generation for these, and it is stamped very, very tiny right in here, made in Hong Kong. And sometimes with these, if they're not stored properly, they can warp, or the plastic can get. Yes, there are ceramic versions of these too, Janine. Yeah, she is plastic. Sometimes these can get chips in the plastics or cracks. She's in excellent condition. All airbrushed in there. I really like how they paint these. They're just whimsical, for sure. Measurement for her, she is 6 inches tall and about 3 inches wide. And just kind of a little bit of light pinky blush in the ears, but for the most part, she is just brown and kind of ivory is the coloring there. But the one that I have up here originally would have come with a little jingle bell around the neck. And it has kind of like that, I don't know, loopy gold is the best way I can describe it. Loopy gold little collar for the bell that would have been on here. This one did not have that when I found it. So Caroline, I see you. Thank you so much. We are looking for 19 or more. Let's count Bambi down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. She stands just fine on an even surface, which is not my hands apparently. She almost went for a tumble off of there. Okay, Cindy, I see you. Thank you so much. Is Parmesan back there? Oh, he is. He's upside down. Look at him back there.
Yep.
He's just snoozing away. I didn't even think he was up here. All right, bid end is in there. Thank you so much. All right, Cindy, little deer is coming your way. Thank you so much.
All right, I was going to split these up, but I don't have the heart. So they're going to start at $40, and you're going to get both of them. So $40, you're going to get both of them. They are new old stock, okay? So they come with what remains of their original box, okay? So they're calling these Bambi ornaments. They are made by that redware, but they're calling it the Rockingham ware. It says rich brown Rockingham ware.
Rockingham?
Yeah, that's what they're calling it, Rockingham ware. So weird. I guess that's what the brown ware or the red ware has always been called. So
never heard that.
$40, you're going to get the original box. I think these could be used as bookends, or I just think they're figurines. So you have these fun redware, you have the buck, and you have the doe. All right. These are as crisp as they come. I don't think they've ever been out of their box. Okay. So on the box, it says that they're figurines. You can display them however you want. Or I think if you turn them and your books aren't too heavy, I think you could use them as bookends if you want to. So $40, you're going to get them both. They measure just about 7 inches tall. So you can see all the great hand painting here. So they went ahead and put some pink in there for the ears, and then they painted some eyes and the nose on. Then they have all of their dots, and they have the great gold details. I love the fact that they have these very retro, kitschy style flowers down here on the bottom. So here's what the back looks like. You can tell that they've never been used because they're really, really glossy. They are like new, and they are that redware. They're kind of like that redware, you know, and they're painted, but they call it Rockingham ware, which was news to me. So there is your buck. He's got 2 points. So he's a 4-point little buck. Super cute.
These are huge.
They are 7 inches tall. So they're 7 inches tall, and all of the cold paint on them is still intact. Like honest to Pete, even the little red on the nose. So then you're going to get the little doe. So you get the cute little doe. Look at her cute little face with her little red nose. She has her ears that are painted. They have the gold details here that are on they gave some gold detail to the back tail. And then again, my favorite part down here is these little retro style flowers mixed in. So they painted gold on the hooves. They're like brand new. You know, a lot of times, you know, with years and years of being touched and moved, a lot of this paint can wear off. So super cute. She measures she's a little tick smaller. She's somewhere between 6.5 and 7. sort of like the buck. So, and back here, they're embossed Japan. So you can see where they say Japan right there. There's no breakage to it. There's little to no crazy. And I actually think they've spent a life in that box. And they would look really
good. Shakers in the same style, but
they did.
I'm not even seeing these.
They did. And it looked like they used any excuse back in the 50s and 60s when it was a deer to call it a Bambi, because they call them Bambi on the box. So I think, again, these would look good in your
could get away with deer Bambi.
You could put some fun colored bows around them, and I think they would look great in your fall display. So again, very good condition. Paint is all intact. That's all cold paint, guys. A lot of times that can wear off. No repairs, even the fun gold down there on the hooves. And again, I don't have the heart to break them up because they are set. So you're going to get them both for $40. We'll sit them to the side and keep it moving, and I can bring them back in the recap and try them again.
All right. Okay. I'm going to do, I have this really cool tin. So we'll do that next. Thank you guys for putting all your Parmesan emojis in there. I thought maybe he would wake up, but no, he's really out back there. It's just fine. I have this gorgeous vintage tin, and I'd not seen this one before. I do look at tins and canister tins and any kind of tin litho tins. I look at them constantly. I've never seen this one before with all the starbursts on here. I thought that was an added bonus, and they go all the way around. And it does have a manufacturer on here, although I couldn't read it. I've seen this before on some canisters. I can't read what it says, but it's like the outline. It's like the outline of
the U.S.
The U.S. And then it's embossed with the company name in there. I can't quite make it out. Is it California Can or something like that on there? But it's yellow, and I think it's gorgeous. Overall, I would say it's in good condition. There's, just a little bit of typical wear. I think this would probably would have come as a set of nesting canisters. There's a little wear to the paint on the bottom. We'll open it up. Just a tiny bit of wear on the inside. Overall, I do think that it's pretty good condition there for it. If it were me, I would use it as a riser. That's what I personally do with these around my home, is use them as a little riser, set things on top, that sort of thing. So I see Miss Chrissy's in at 16. Thank you so much. I'm not sure what kind of flowers those are supposed to. They kind of look like hibiscus to me.
Amy, you know what these are good for? These are good for the bathroom to store stuff in, and they're also good. I like to use them to put K-cups in. You never have a good place to hide your K-cups.
That's what I use mine for in my kitchen, is I keep my coffee bar stuff in them.
Yep,
I certainly do. Measurement for the tin before we count it down is 6.5 inches tall, and it's about 5 inches in diameter. Okay, so it's a pretty decent size one. All right, so let's count it down. We're looking for 17 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end.
I don't know that I've ever seen one with those atomic stars on it.
I hadn't either. I really liked it. Okay. Bid end is in there. Chrissy, congratulations. It is yours. Thank you so much.
$10 choice, Amy. $10 choice. And I've never brought these to a live sale, so I don't know if this will be a big flop or if somebody collects these. These are fun. These are called Sokis, okay? So these are collectible. They were really collectible.
I have this in my Bambi collection.
A couple years ago, and I have choice on Disney Sokis for just $10. So they would have held a bubble bath, and they're these plastic little containers that then became toys for the kids to play with. So a lot of times you can find these. They're missing all their paint because they are painted on top of plastic. So $10 choice. There's a little manufacturing defect in this one. This is just a line, but then as it gets up here near the neck, it does separate a little bit. But it's like in the manufacturing, it had like a defective line. And then I think over time it did separate. So $10 choice. I believe this is from the 1960s. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it's from the 1960s. $10. This one measures 10 inches tall. So the tops come off, the heads come off. It would have had bubble bath in. And then these then became fun little toys for the kids to play with, or just like figurines to collect. Have a little bit of paint wear right here to the face, but overall, super good. Most of the flowers are still intact down here by Bambi. And this was super dirty when I got it. So, and back here on the back, it tells you the directions on how it's supposed to use. Put 2 cups for each bath, blah, 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 blah. Make sure you shake well. And then down here underneath is the company. Of course, Walt Disney gave its blessing. And then it would have held 11 fluid ounces, and they're called Soki. So these also would have been fun toys to play with in the bathtub. So if you're into like Jiminy Cricket, I think this guy is really fun and really unique. They made 2 different variations of him. I don't know which one is older. One of them had like a brown cap or a reddish brown cap, and then this one has the green cap. So I don't know which one came first. I'm sure one was before the other. So this one is a Soki as well, as you can see, and it's made by Walt Disney. And all of this is cold paint. And a lot of times you find these and all of this is missing. So if you're new to these, this is considered to be in very good condition. So he measures 7.5 inches tall. So these are fun collectibles. I didn't know if anybody on a live would ever be interested in them. I know I was doing well selling some Disney items. I thought maybe you guys would want to add these to your Disney collection. So again, you can see Jiminy Cricket. He's wearing his little suit. His arms are there. He's holding his umbrella in the back, and they're made of a thick plastic. So $10 choice. Some of the Soki, some of the scarier ones, they can go for hundreds, like some of the Halloween style ones or the monster movies and stuff.
It took me a couple years to find my Bambi bottle.
Yeah, the Bambi does not come around all that. I mean, it's not a lot of times when these
There's
come
a Thumper one too. I don't have the Thumper one. But.
And when these come into Mother Tuckers, they sell pretty quickly. I mean, there's always a market for folks that want them. But let's keep moving. Thought I would try something different, and we'll just put them to the side and we'll bring them back to the cap. Oh, Robin, all right. We're looking for 11 or more. Let's count them down. It'll be choice between Bambi or Jiminy Cricket. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. One person years ago who bought the cat. There was like a cat that Avon made. They still used it to put bubble bath in. So you could use these again in your bathroom if you wanted to, as long as you were easy where the paint is. So Robin, you didn't need it. Thank you so much, Robin. Let me know. We'll call this one Bambi, and this one we'll call Jim. We'll be very laid back. He'll just be known as Jim. So if you want Jim or Bambi, just let me know. Oh, I remember the turtle too. And they actually did Ninja Turtle ones of these in the 80s. They're pretty collectible. All right, Robin, Bambi is yours. Thank you so much.
Jim. That's the street name.
On the first name basis. Just
right.
Jim.
Okay. I have a little miniature skunk family for my next round. Well, not as miniature as I've seen skunk families, but there's 3. There's 3 in the set. So this is the largest one. First off, this is the largest one. Bone china, all really nice condition, no chips or anything to eat any of them. So I'm calling this one the biggest one here, which measures 2 1/4 inches tall. 2 1/4 inches tall. Bone china, no marking or stickers or anything on them. So that's the first one. There's 3 in the set. And here is number 2. Here's number 2. We'll put number 2 right there. And they're all different little poses, which I like. This one's got the head kind of leaned back a little bit, arms crossed. I'm not sure if this is attitude skunk, like Mama told him he couldn't do something. I'm not sure. This one measures 1 3/4 inches tall, so a little bit smaller than the first one. And then the last one, the last little skunky poo, there he is. And he's got his tail straight up in the air. This one also is very close to 1 3/4 inches tall. So about the same size as this one because the tail is kind of straight up there in the air, but much smaller in stature. So that is the whole little set of skunkies, so stinking cute. Absolutely. No, no chips. Any excuse that we can use that phrase when it comes to skunks. But all very highly detailed little skunkies. I don't think I've ever had these ones particularly.
I've never seen them
before, but I know I've had much smaller family of skunks before. But they are all bone china, and this one on the bottom there. I mean, when they have a larger opening like that,
right.
that's definitely bone china for those. Well, hello, Sim Simmer. Welcome in. Yes. And there's a little bit of crazing, but not really a ton on them. Usually, I don't know, for the mid-century ceramics, they just get that crazing over time. But we will go ahead and get Jason started. And there we go.
$10 choice, Amie. $10 choice, Amie. And I got these from the same estate that I got the Harold Gale from. And they speculate that these were like nut cups. Yes, like nut cups. But these were like party souvenirs. So I don't know what party they came from, but I know folks love these seed bead flowers. So $10 choice. These are now these need to be tightened a little bit. They just have some wire through the basket. The new owner could tighten them up a little bit, but these are little seed bead baskets. Now they do stand on their own. You just have to make sure that you make sure the bottom is flat so they will stand. And they were little like party favors or giveaways. They did use a nice high gauge wire, and I do believe these are on the older side. I thought they would be great kind of in your summer display. Look at all the different colors. And of course, this one we're going to call white because it has the white around the top. So each one of these measures about 6 inches tall, and they're nice and weighty too. So about 6 inches tall by about 4.5 inches wide. Bill has been busy making seed beads, basket. Willie, it's funny. When I picked these up, that's the first thing that went through my mind was Bill sitting in New Jersey making some seed bead flowers. But these are going to be your seed bead baskets. And of course, you can fill them with whatever you want. I don't know if you guys can tell how thick the wire is that they used. And then, of course, you can bend it. And I do believe these to be the glass seed bead. So there is your first one. That one we're going to call white. And then we have one that is in red. So I was trying to zhuzh these flowers up a little bit, but you have the flowers on the front of them. And I would tie the wire a little bit tighter on the front. It's come a little loose, but there's the inside of that basket. Again, the way they were stored, they were actually flattened a little bit. Hey, Trina, good to see you, friend. They were flattened a little bit, so I've done my best to zhuzh them up. But I do believe they're on the older side. And the folks at the estate, look at the way they wired that together. Like that's a nice thick gauge wire with all the multicolor seed bead. They felt that these were like a party souvenir or some sort of a giveaway from a party. But please just ignore that that's loose like that. I figured the new owner can tighten that up. All they did was wire it in right here. So it just needs a little more snugging. So this one we're going to call red. And then the other one we're going to call white. So again, I think they even have very summer style looks to them too. And again, the reason why they look like that, they actually wound it around the wire. So those are seed. So those seed beads are wired, but then they actually wrap the wire around the top. So there you go. Now you guys can get an idea of what they look like. And they are beautiful in person. And they both measure about 6 inches tall and about 4 inches wide. I normally see the flowers that folks sell or pins.
I've never seen a basket like that.
Yeah, I've never. So I thought they were unique enough to save them. And again, when I got them from the estate, they had them flattened. So if I've actually straightened them all up so they look 3D again. So Karen, I see you for 10. We're looking for 11 or more. Let's do a countdown. And we are doing just in case. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. They do stand on their own. You just got to get them in position. And then,
hours of work to make those.
Yeah, that's no like quick job right there. So there's the bid end. Thank you so much, Kim, for the bid end. All right, Karen, did you want the white one or the red one? Let me know. White and green flowers one, please. So this one is yours. Thank you so much, Karen. Congratulations.
Okay, we have 2 rounds, you guys, and then we will do a recap and then our community share. All right. I have my last pair of shakers for the night. Are these little foxies, and I had never seen these before. I had never seen these little foxes. I have seen some other animals in this very similar kind of style, but I have never seen the little foxes. And why I think that they're foxes, based on how their tails are shaped, and then they do have the little kind of pointed noses like a fox would have, and the little whiskers. That's why I don't think that they're cats. They look more like foxes to me. That's at least what I'm seeing. And they are cold painted. Okay, so there is a little bit of paint loss. So the eyes, the noses, the mouths are cold painted. And I believe that the kind of goldeny color for the body is fired on there. There's no chipping to either of the foxes, but I did want to note that this one, the cork is there. It's in there. The cork is in there. And this one also has the cork. It's just, they're in there. They're jingling around. So I'm not sure how long that they have been in there, but they are. We'll turn them to the side. So there's a little bit of paint variation on some of them just based on how they were painted. And we'll turn them to the back side. There we go. And here is the other side. We're just doing a full-on rotation. They're doing a little dance. Okay, measurement for them, they are 3.5 by 2. Yes, there are pigs with the same face. You're right, William. There's pigs. I have seen cats, but they're not this color. And I've also seen dogs in this style as well. So I'm not sure what other critters are out there, but yes, I have definitely seen the pigs. So we are going to count these down. I see Miss Debbie's in at 18. So we're looking for 19 or more, and I'm going to count them down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Whew. Thank you guys for hanging with us tonight. Appreciate you all being here.
I feel like I've seen a lamb version of these too.
Yes, there is a lamb version. You are right. And they have a little pop of gold on them.
Yes.
And cows. All right.
Yes.
Kieran, I see you. Thank you so much. All right, Miss Debbie, they are yours. Thank you so much.
$15, gang, and you're going to get 3 of these Rand McNally books, and these are like what I believe is one of the first generations of these books. These are from the 1940s, okay? So you'll get all 3 of these for your bid of $15. These are great to use in displays. These are great, of course, to read to your youngsters, and some of the graphics on these are super, super kitschy, okay? This one right here is a real hit in the anthropomorphic world. This book, I couldn't find this older version, but the 50s, 60s version is really collectible because this one is Bounce the Jeep. There's not a lot of anthropomorphic car books out there. So you'll get all 3 of these for $15. There's little wear to them. The 40s versions of these, not all of the pages are colored on them, okay? On the inside, the little fella whose books that they were his, I'll show you, he wrote his name on them. And these size Rand McNally books measure 6 3/4 by 5. So for $15, you're going to get 3 of these. We'll go through it very quickly, but these are fun graphics. So Sally's lost shoe. She was a bad girl. She lost one of her shoes. Look at the kitschy little dog down here. Like I said, each one of these, we have the fun little youngster's name was Donald. He put his name in each one of the books. I love that. I love some little youngsters' handwriting in there that's been in there
handwriting
for like 60 years, okay? All of the spines are in super good condition, some wrinkling to the pages only because you can tell these books have been read over and over again. So here we have all these fun kitschy graphics in here. So $15, I guess that's what, $5 a book. So here you have little Sue here. I'm sorry, little Sally. And I think this is her party. She actually gets her shoes. I'm reading it. Next, and then her brother's name is Dick. So her brother's name is Dick. So it's Dick and Sally. So here's some more fun graphics in here. I don't want to spend too much time on this one because I think the hen one is my favorite. So here's some more graphics on the inside. Nowhere did the little youngster write. Maybe you have some young ones coming over to spend the summer with you. These books would be great at this price to read to them or let them have. These graphics are timeless. Like if you're going to do a display with maybe like the other week I sold those planters of the kids on the bikes. They would look really good, and then you put this in the background. A lot of folks on Instagram do displays with books. So here we have Mother Hen and her 5 baby chicks. Now, I'll tell you guys, this is a super kitschy book right here. These graphics are really fun. Look, we even have little patriotic chick down here with a little red, white, and blue action going loosely. I mean, he's wearing stripes, and then he's got blue polka dots. From the 1940s, here is when the little book was given, September of 1944. These graphics are really fun. If you're looking for a fun book to maybe use in your Easter, or you guys are into kitschy little chick, this is a really fun book. Let me show you some of these graphics. Look at the little chicks in there. Like if you guys have like little shakers or little figurines, look at the bonnets on them. Look how great that is. You could open up that page and use it. These at that price, I don't want to recommend destroying a book, but you could even frame some of these if you wanted to. But the graphics on it, and then look, then you have the fun black and white. Look at the huge over dramatic bonnet on Mama Chick.
Mama's not happy.
No, she's telling little Chickie a thing or two. Mom hadn't scratched her head. She scratched and scratched. She was thinking, but she said, not like of a nice name. Oh dear, she said, your name will have to be Silly. So I guess he was silly. So she couldn't think of a name. So she said, that is the only name I can think of. She's like, we're going to name you Silly because you are silly. Then we have some more that are colored. Like, look how fun that is in color. So the over dramatic bonnet on Mom's head. I'll just show you one or two more. And here we go. So again, the books are in very good condition. This is your first generation of Rand McNally. Then they got a little bigger. I'm sure you guys know what they look like. Amy and I have sold some before, but these are the miniature pocket ones. This one's very collectible. I couldn't find, like I said, the 40s version. And these are late 40s. But the bounce the Jeep, and it's all about an anthropomorphic Jeep. So it's a Jeep that they give a face to.
Oh my gosh.
This one can be very collectible. I think the 60s one really brings some serious money last time I checked. So tons of graphics. We have a Jeep. He's bounced the Jeep. Bounce was unhappy because he did not like to sit still. 2 hours was much too long to sit still. Bounce liked to roll along the road and bounce, of course, because he's Bounce. That was how he got his name, Bounce. I just said that. Oh, Toot said Bounce himself and on, and he just wanted to just roam the full countryside. So this one has a ton of color photos in. Then we have Bounce hanging out with these kids. Look at the kitschy little dog there.
Oh my gosh, it looks like me.
I mean, you can see how it goes hand in hand. Then we have the fun little kids right there. Ho, Bounce, Bounce, wait for me. Bob looked around. Betty looked around. Rusty, which is the dog, wiggled around and put his paws on the back of the seat. And you'll have to buy the book so you can read the rest. There's little Bounce.
No spoilers here.
Farmer was not happy that little boy and Bounce went for a ride. Let's just put it that way. And then here the family's kind of okay. And they're all right because guess what? We trust Bounce as long as Farmer is with Bounce and does the driving for them. So we're in with Robin at 17. I did see Debbie in at 15. We're looking for 18 or more, and you're getting all 3 books. That's not on choice. It's on all 3 books. So 18 or more, and we are doing just in case. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. See, these would be fun if you had the little bunny wagon I sold. These will fit in the back of the little bunny wagon. You have the full little kitschy package from the 50s. So I see you're just in case, Robin. Thank you so much. There is our bid end. Thank you so much. So, Robin, they're yours for $17. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Good night, Heather. Thanks for being here. Bye, okay. Last round, you guys. And then we will get our recap. All right. Okay. I do have a book for my round, my last round as well. And it's going to start at $8. And although, and I will say this right off the back, I have sold the legit 1917 version of this book, but this is the reproduction. Although it's pretty close to being vintage. It is 19 years old. This was reprinted in 2006. It's a very nice condition for it. I'm not sure that it was actually ever like cracked open a whole lot. But this is the Betty Fairy book, and I thought this would come tonight based on the other things that I had in the sale. And you can see it's very easy to tell this book from the antique one. The antique one is more tan. It's just two colors. It's red and blue and black ink. This one is green tiger press. So you can see it's got a barcode and all the things on the back, but it is from 2006. And here is the inside. It's very nice and colorful. They definitely zhuzhed it up. And you can see this one was reproduced from the 1915 edition. And the illustrations in here are Margaret Evans Price, which I absolutely love her illustrations. No, Karen. Just like the 80s weren't 20 years ago either. Unfortunately, no. The math is not mathing on that one.
Let's not do math.
But the illustrations in here, usually these are just double color ink in the original, but I really like how colorized and bright and colorful these are on the inside. So I wish it was not that long ago. I love these. I love the Margaret Evans Price. She's right up there with Ruthie Newton for me.
Right.
I love her illustrations in here. But this is definitely one that you could have the kids or the grandkids look at it and read to them because of the nice illustrations. And it's very heavyweight paper in here. Unlike the vintage, like these books, usually if I run across the actual antique ones, they're very brittle, typically not in the best of shape when I ever see these. Look at the little hearts on the sailboat. I really like all of these colorized because they definitely were not like this. This is probably my favorite image in the whole book. She fell, poor Betty, she fell down there and they're trying to rescue her. And the turtles are helping out as well.
Yeah, Amy, you're right. These are the ones that you want to read because if you have the original one, you don't want to be using it.
Right.
Oh, those
and, you know, like you wouldn't feel terrible if you wanted to take some of these out,
and frame
cut them out, craft them, do something like that. They are very nice quality paper that they did this on. And here, there's the last page on there on the back. And we will go ahead and get Jason going there.
All right, $12, and this is a piece of scrap fabric. Okay, I figured somebody in the kitschy world needs this. We don't know how old it is, but it measures 22 inches by 36, and you can't tell me that this doesn't scream.
My goodness.
So you guys could use this as a piece of material that you could use on a, I don't know, sew it into a blanket. You could frame it. You could use it on a pillow front. So I will show you some of these graphics up front closer. And I do believe it is a cotton blend. So let me show you some of these fun graphics. So for those of you that love a good mushroom, we have a pastel colored mushroom with some butterflies. We have fun little dog. I'll just call the dog a poodle in up here with its Mira. So then you have artist, a puppy dog right here who's painting the other dog. Then you have the dog. There is the other version down there that you can see, the fun little top hat. And I believe it's a dog with a little kitty cat. So some of the other graphics on here, we have the dog. Are they both dogs or are they dogs and cats? I thought they were dogs and cats. So I guess they're both.
I don't know. It's very hard to tell.
I don't know, but it's kitschy, let me tell you. So, that's again, we don't know how old it is, but it's in good condition. There are no stains to it. You can see that there are lines where it was folded, but it repeats. And then we have some of these little tulip, flower, mushroom, little assemblages going on. We have this puppy dog there with the big blue bow, and they're all in grays and pastel colors. Again, the measurement And you can see there's some fraying here to the top, but that's the way they cut the material. And again, I believe it's cotton. Here we have puppy dog here with its little dog house and apple tree
such
above.
a cute little like valance.
Yes, yes. Or I thought maybe you wanted to cut it and use it maybe as a scarf or sew it in or make a, you could use this as the front of the bed pillow and sew, you know, normal material like a plain colored material on the back. It measures 22, so 22 by 36. Here we have like a seam that was started. So somebody did start to press in a seam on this side, but it's super clean. And I knew somebody out there in the Kitschy world, you could use this. And even if you don't want to sew something, you could just frame and cut some of the little designs out. Like if you just want the dog painting the flower, you could cut that out and frame it. Do whatever you want, but it's super cute. So let's do a countdown. Thank you all for your bids. I saw Tracy in there. The Goods Girl is in at 14. The Cat and Rabbit are in at 15. We're looking for 16 or more, and we are doing just in case if you are an active bidder. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. I love the mushrooms, the butterflies, the puppies. Maybe they are all dogs.
It doesn't matter. It's all good.
And then some of them are
so good.
Some of the ones that had blue bows, they'll then repeat with pink bows, so on and so forth. So, but this thing here screams an Amie if I've ever seen material. It screams an Amie. So there's the bid end. Thank you, Tracy, for your 16, but it's going to the Cat and Rabbit for 17. Thank you.
And Jameen, good to see you. It's been a while. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. 17. She's got a new screen name. The Goods Girl is Jameen.
Oh, is that Janine? Hello, Janine. Good to see you.
Okay. We're doing recap. Recap time.
Yes.
Recap time. So we're gonna bring back. We didn't find a home the first time for one more chance. Maybe you were not here when we showed it, but we'll bring it back one more time. These are going to be quick claim items. So we're going to show the item again to you briefly. And if you want to claim something, just make sure to put the item plus the price down into the chat if you want to claim something. That way we know what you're trying to claim. We will give it a brief moment. If there's more than one person trying to claim the same thing, we will do a quick countdown to break any kind of ties. It will turn then into a regular bid round. If you got a bid in there, you're welcome to use it just in case, that sort of thing. Okay. So Jason, I have 7. Do you want to do yours? Do you want me to do mine? Do you want to go back and forth?
Let's do half and half. I have about 7 as well.
Half and half. Okay.
Yep.
That sounds good to me. So first thing I have to bring back is my little My Toy rubber-faced squirrel friend. Really, really nice condition. Very nice and clean. Not a wobbly neck. I did add the ribbon on there. He is made by My Toy. He is called Plush Pals. He is from the 1950s. Good condition on him. He was $40. You can type in squirrel 40 if you want to claim him. Squirrel 40 for Mr. Squirrel Friend. And then I did have my little mesh wing pixie, little on the leaf dish. This was 36. Yes, 36. Pam, I see you for the squirrel. Thank you so much. Let me write that down. Pam, you got it, Pam. Thank you so much. All right, the little mesh pixie leaf dish. The pixie is in excellent condition. There is a small repair to the leaf right in there. There's a little piece that has been repaired in there, and there are some heavier hairline kind of crazing lines that are here. It probably fell like this at one point, but somebody saved it. So this was 36. So you can type in Pixie 36 if you want to claim that. Made by Wales. And then the last things I'll do is my little, these 3. So I have my choice round for the Elizabeth Gordon pages. So I had the Paradise Bird here. I had the Sweet William in the blue. And then, nope, I already showed that one. The rose. The rose here. So those were $12 each. So you can type in Bird, Rose, or William. Not the actual. You can't claim the actual William.
He might let you.
He's probably much more pricier. He's pricier than $12. So Rose 12, William 12, or Paradise 12 if you want to claim any of those. And we'll have Jason do some.
All right. I had leftover from my bride choices. This one, thank you, John. She's made by Wales, Japan. So she's in very good condition. She's missing the clapper. So she's missing her little dinger in there. So she measures just about 4.5 inches tall. No chips or cracks to any of the flowers. The spaghetti's in very good condition. And if you're interested in her, just put Belle 18. Belle 18. I'm not sure if they made a groom for her or not. I suspect maybe they did. But she would be great in your bride and groom displays. You know, for maybe you do wedding, maybe she would even be great for a wedding gift. So she would be Belle, and she was 18. Then I had Jim on the street, Jiminy Cricket. This is a vintage little Soki. I showed him just a little bit ago. He was left over. He's in great condition. They made 2 different color caps. I don't know which was older, but he is $10. So if you're interested in him, you could put Jim $10, and he measures 7.5 inches tall. So Jim, $10. Then I had left over from my little Ruthie Newton squeakers. I had her. She was the one that had pink shoes and a pink dress. She's in very good condition. Her squeaker does work. 8 inches tall. If you're interested in her, you could just put Squeak 10. So she could be yours for $10. Squeak 10. Squeak 10. All right, Miss Amy, over to you.
Okay. All right. I have 2 more things. I had my little. Aaron's
gotcha,
coming.
Aaron. Thank you, Aaron.
Caroline's also in.
Nope. All right. We'll do a quick countdown to keep things fair. Aaron's the first one in at 10. So Caroline, you'd have to come in at 11. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Aaron can have her. Phil's in at 12. Phil's in at 12. Looking for a bid end. And remember, you can use it just in case if you're an active bidder. So Phil's coming in at 12. Thank you, Phil. Didn't know you were there. So wait, Aaron. There's the bid end. So Phil, it's coming to you for $12. Thank you so much.
All right. All right, we're back here. Okay. So I had my little skunky fam, little bone china skunk family, all really good condition on them. They were 16, so you can put in stinker 16 if you want to claim the skunks. Stinker 16 on those, and then you just saw it, the 2006 version of the Betty Fairy book, that was $8. So book 8 if you want to claim that. And back to you, Jason.
All right. I showed these earlier. You'll get the set. These are made of redware. They're in very good condition. You're going to get the Bambi, or you're going to get the buck, and you're going to get the doe, both made in Japan. They come with their original box, no thrills and chills. Part of the label's been ripped off. Gotcha, Phil. Thank you guys so much. So you'll get both of these. They are marked Japan. They're $40. So if you're interested, you could just put deer, $40. And again, guys, if you're watching this on the replay and you see anything that wasn't claimed in the recap, please feel free to reach out to Amy or myself. Jason, I just saw the 2 pink heralds. Thank you. So $40 on deer, 40 on deer. I got you, Pam. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I want to just wait because the lag and everything. But Pam, it looks like it's going to be yours. Mert, you got the stinkers, right?
Yep, the stinkers.
Okay, Andrea, we got you, Pam.
I'm gonna try and is it Mirza?
I think it is Mirza because Mirza's been here before, and you said her name right the last time. I'm pretty sure it is.
Did I? Okay. Yep. All right. Maybe it's been a while. If it has, just make sure and email me. Email me.
Yeah, I'm almost,
I got you.
I'm almost certain it's Mirza. So, we got a monkey alert, but honestly, guys, this is old school. He does work. He is missing his little cap and then whatever dice. But you could get some original dice. He is a little loud, so it is at night if you have earbuds in. But he does work. And then Dusty, turn your head. Turn your head.
It's a good thing we don't have 3D glasses, and he's not tossing the dice through the screen.
If you want him, monkey, $20. Monkey, $20. He's in pretty doggone like new condition, but he's missing the two things. So monkey, 20, and that's it for me, Amy.
Is that it?
Yep. The big bridal party thing. If someone's interested, email me. I'm not going to put us through looking at that again, but everything else I showed. So, all
right.
Thank you guys.
Good. Okay. So, thank you guys again so much. Reminder to send your information to Jason and I, especially if you have not purchased from us before, or it's been a while, or address or something has changed. Make sure to email us as soon as we're done tonight. I am going to be doing my invoicing tomorrow. I will email everybody once your invoice is out there. I'm going to try and get it done in the earlier part of the day tomorrow. And I do need to ship everything out Wednesday before we leave town for Wisconsin. So I want to get everything out the door, if possible, on Thursday or Wednesday. That would be very helpful. And Jason is going to be trying to do his invoicing on Friday this week. Okay. And we will be back scheduled our normal day next Thursday. So July 3rd. Yeah, July 3rd. We'll be back on Thursday next week.
Yes.
So thank you guys for joining us. Now we're going to be moving into our community share, and it's a short one tonight, which is fine. But I really like it. So this is coming from Miss Wendy. Wendy is usually a regular in our chats, and she did send in a little 4th of July display that she put together. I don't know if Wendy's here. I haven't seen her in the chat tonight, but she might watch it on the replay. So here is the first photo I have, which I see. It's very, like, it doesn't have to be a big production.
Nope.
I really like it. I do have some notes to go along with this. She found the little patriotic doll this year at a local antique mall that she has a booth at Antiques of Yesteryear in West Bend, which I have never been to. Her blue top has stars on it, but it's hard to see in the photo. I added her hat and bought the hat at Hobby Lobby. I found the marshmallow tin years ago. That's a good tin. That's a legit one. At a rummage sale. The tiny flag in her hand, pitcher, hanky, and folded checkered umbrella are all vintage finds as well. The bomb pop lights up, flowers, and flags are all from Hobby Lobby. Hope you enjoy it. Yes, we do. And she did send, besides the whole on thing, she did send a little close-up of the doll, so you can see more of the stars and all the details on the little dolly. I saw those hats and I was like, gosh, those are cute. What can you do with those? But it's perfect for those little dollies. Yep. And I like the little flag too. So perfect little display. See, it doesn't have to be a big to-do. I bet you that's probably an ironstone picture. Or did she say that one was from?
I'm pretty sure you're right.
Oh, the picture are vintage finds. Yep. Okay. Vintage finds as well. So yeah, I like it all together. It just works. And I like the flowers. It's
good
beautiful.
Job, Wendy.
Thank you, Wendy, for sending
job,
it
Wendy.
in. Yay. Love it. All right. So I'm going to pop our email up there. I know I've been getting some emails, but if you guys want to send any more pictures to us, if you got more displays you're putting together, something fun for summertime, we'd love to see it. We would love if you were part of our show. We do this every single week. So if you want to email us some photos and be part of the show, you can email them to sharemyfindslive@gmail.com. Just make sure to let us know if you want us to mention your name or you want to be anonymous, and a brief description to go along with the photos so we know how to talk about them when we share them with the friends. All right. So thank you guys so much. And stay cool, stay hydrated.
Yes.
Everybody that's in the heat wave right now. I know it's not going to come to an end anytime soon. So just take care of yourselves, you guys. And if you're, Jason, you want to talk about Extrav real quick?
Yes, if you guys are in the Adamstown area, we have a summer extrav going on. All of the shops have discounts. Folks come in from all over the country to set up. If you guys aren't familiar, go to Antiques Capital USA. Antiques Capital USA. I know I have that linked somewhere on the Mother Tucker website, somewhere out there, but literally it's an extrav. We run discounts. We're open extra hours. So if you're anywhere, come in where it's cool. Most of the malls in my area are air conditioned. So come on in. You can do some shopping. And like I say, we're doing tons of sales. And gang, please, if you could, if you're free on Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern over on Whatnot, Tina's going to be mixing it up with jewelry. One of these weeks, she's just going to get a flat and literally pull it out as she goes. So watch for that. Promos are coming. And in one of our next videos, I will be doing a behind the scenes and show you what Tina's doing jewelry wise. And we'll just keep it going. So please, 7 p.m. on Friday on Whatnot. And it's Mother Tucker's Tina. Mother Tucker's Tina. So thank you, Becky. And thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Karen and Kim, for helping us out as always in the chat. You ladies are wonderful. Thank you so much. All right, you guys, we're going to say goodnight, and we will see you here next week for another episode of Fantastic Finds. Have a good rest of your week, you guys.